Here we are, episode 82. Did I get that right, Kyle? 82?
Yes, sir.
82. And got an unusual start to the session tonight because the characters, the companions, are not in combat. They're not going to start this session off in combat. How do you like that? But they're running from one. Whether or not they're being pursued is unbeknownst to them at the moment. Well, we're going to play some Pathfinder. We're going to have some fun finding out and see what happens. So let's jump right into this. Had our pre-game chat there. Everybody starts off with a hero point for snacks. No snacks, no hero point. That's all taken care of. Players have been sitting here plotting their next move, as they do before the session. And we're going to see what they've decided to do. Party level 8. 4 characters. We got a cleric. We got another cleric. Oh, you're a fighter cleric, right?
Mm-hmm.
Karma's a full-on cleric.
Yeah, war priest.
Yeah. And Cypher's a bard. Roguish tendencies, at least in the eyes of the others. And of course, a solid fighter. Anime style. Fa-foom! Is Jesse. Pretty fantastic, if you ask me. So far, they're doing pretty good. Beating up on demons and their little grothless slug-like minions. We'll see. So, let's start this off. Let's do our introductions. My camera's blurred. There we go. And we're going to start with Bjorn. Kyle, talk about your character, expectations for the night, all that good stuff.
Howdy doody, guys. I'm Bjorn. I'm Bjorn. Yeah, I live this character in case you hadn't noticed, but I'm Kyle. I play Bjorn, the fighter main with a little bit of cleric aspects to him. A decorated soldier with a troubled past. He's just trying to right a wrong, and it landed him in an expedition of a lifetime, clearing out the gauntlet. Hopefully we'll get to experience a little bit more of the other side of Bjorn tonight. We shall see. But as far as expectations go, I'm hanging with the family. It can go anywhere. I'm happy with it.
That's awesome. Fighter cleric. All right. Thanks for that, Kyle. I'm going to go to Rachel. You're number 2. Do your intro.
Hey. I'm Rachel, and I play Cypher. She's an elf bard, but she doesn't care too much about singing songs. She just uses that as a channel to get her spells out because her real passion, the real reason why she wakes up in the morning is to go dungeon diving and getting into trouble because her other class is rogue. As much as she wishes she had the opportunity to run around in the shadows, she understands that you can't with a party, and as much as she would love to steal the treasures for herself, she knows that won't exactly go well by the other more stronger folks in the party, and in order for her to dive down here, it cannot be done alone, because the fiendish things and beings are definitely far too powerful. So she's just using everybody to get what she wants. Rogue things.
Of course. Did you take a dedication in Rogue?
I did.
You
Way
did?
back.
I was looking.
That's why I have quick draw.
Ah.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah. And I have surprise attack, but you can only get that if I'm using like deception or stealth for initiative, and I can never really work it into it because my other party members are sitting there with their lit up shields like, yeah, let's fight, let's go, we're gonna slaughter everybody, and I'm just like, okay, cannot sneaky at this time. I'll try later. Although I did have one opportunity to possibly use deception, because we were using diplomacy and I was lying And then we were going into battle, but I had already forgotten, and we were already like halfway through round 1, so I was like, never mind. Because my deception is far greater than my perception.
Perception. All right. With that little bit of information, let's slide on over to Karma.
Hello. My name is Karma, and I play Karma Sunseeker, the War Priest cleric of the party. She's dedicated to Ayamode, and she believes that it is her duty, destiny even, yes, to aid the companions in their elimination of Velcora or anything Velcora related. She could be a little stuck up, set in her ways, maybe, but I think she's starting to warm up to the people of the companions.
I would agree. You got a fellow servant of Ayamode with you. That helps. In fact, you feel like you were called on this holy endeavor, according to Ayamode. Interesting.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
We'll see where that leads. Taking Bjorn into your charge, showing him the ways of the war priest. And of course, there's Valifor, who doesn't really care about such things. He's more about the sword, or the axe, to be more specific. Introduce yourself, Jesse. You are muted. Jesse's muted. As we wait for a reply.
Sorry, my buttons were acting up there.
Yeah, I was imagining you poking and pushing away. Darn it. Carson.
I am Valifor, played by Jesse, which is me, of course. My alternate reality here.
Yeah, an extra hero point for that one.
He just turned level 8. He's got some new surprises in his way of doing things here. He is more closed off than the rest of the characters in the group. There's a lot about him that hasn't come out yet because he is so quiet about things. But if there's one thing that everybody knows about Valifor, he is set on killing everything in front of him. And when it comes to Velcora, there is no other way. He is all for it. I can't wait to kill her. Finally, we'll get this going.
Wow. Of course, there's no alignment anymore in the game. I was gonna say, what's your alignment, Mr. Killer? But yeah, that's not a thing. I could see right away they need to add a section to the sheets for anathema and edict, because I don't see one here.
I didn't either.
Especially if you're a cleric or a paladin or champion, where they're important. But I think it's pretty much optional, those things, otherwise. Helps you to roleplay. I don't know. I'd have to read more about that in the remaster. But yeah, that's no longer a thing. Sad for me, because it was an easy way for me to gauge you guys and your behavior. Now I don't have that. I have to look up all these edicts and stuff. Which could be anything. So I guess it's no longer important. But whatever. Alright, Jesse, you get 2 hero points. So you're going to start off the session with 3. Because of your flub there. I got a giggle out of it. I liked it. I play Valifor, played by Jesse. Wait, what does that mean? Wow. So you'll get 3 tonight. All right, let's pick up where we left off. Let's do a recap, short, brief one. Catch us up on what happened from the last episode. Bjorn, go for it, and you'll get a hero point for it. Unless somebody else wants to step in. Rachel, Karma.
Bjorn can do it. He's great at it.
All right. Get an
Yeah, I
extra
agree
little
with Karma. Yeah, Bjorn's great at it.
See, that's the thing.
point. Go for it, Kyle.
I gotta remember what happened. Yeah, I think we kind of descended back into the demon level, and we started poking around. We all kind of held back while Cypher kind of investigated the big chamber to the north, where she kind of used stealth and shadows to her advantage there. And she found a few things that were of note. There was a barrier that was blocking an elevator. Uh, yeah, that pretty much impeded our progress there. We found a secret room, a teleportation circle inside of it. She was able to find as she was sneaking up there, and then we kind of looked around for a little bit, and then we proceeded down to the east, where we opened the door and had a rather strange encounter with a skeletal dragon-esque kind of creature. Uh, it spoke Draconic. I couldn't get a word in edgewise, but Valifora and Karma were able to kind of mime their way through. Very eclectic kind of riddle. Uh, and then Valifora kind of moved for the door. The creature didn't like that very much, and we had at it. Was a short combat, but a brutal one. Yeah, kind of had him confined in that little box. And then once we got that combat completed, felled the creature, checked him out for anything of note, didn't really have anything. We then opened the other doors, and we went down a set of steps to an altar and a pool of lava with a platform on the other side with a pentagram on it. And there we found two little pixies. Why pixies? I don't know. I forget their proper name, but they're, yeah, kind of like demon-esque. They use bows, they have wings. Not a fun time. We did some very intense negotiations there, asked a few questions, got very abruptly told to leave. And yeah, we fell back out of that, went back up the stairs, and Valipor found a note on the door that said, "Do not open unless you want to be ripped to shreds." And Valipor, being our ever-present fighter, opened said door, and a creature, yeah, completely made us pay for it on that one. Yeah, that wasn't a fun time. So Bjorn reached around, slammed the door shut. We fell back into the main corridor, and that's kind of where we're at now. Kind of patching up some wounds, and yeah, it's kind of where we're at with it.
Okay. Gonna make some rolls here before I go into this session. Now, the party, of course, ran seemingly for their lives, not being in the best shape from this creature in this chamber. Certainly a demon. But yet it was different from the others. Somehow. But again, they ran the better part of valor, as some would say. And they found themselves in this circular room with staircase winding upwards into the darkness. There's also stairs that go down, but it's all collapsed in, like something had clogged the chamber, perhaps preventing something from coming up, or for something escaping down. But it would take many hours, if not days, of clearing that to make their way deeper. The only way deeper, seemingly, lies to the west, beyond a wall shrouded with red, glowing, wave-like pulses. There's a symbol in the center, a pentagram, and all around it, on each point, there's a space for a shard. Five of them. Of course, the companions know that after a conversation with an imp, that it only takes 4. According to him. Whether they believe a demon is up to them. Certainly a follower of Ayamode would never believe the forked tongue of a demon. They're deceiving us. Perhaps. Perhaps not, but the companions have spent a great amount of time searching for these shards, battling through demons to claim them. They have 2. I believe that they have 2. Perhaps needing only 2 more. They're not sure. They know where there's at least 1. And it lies on this level, and it lies to the northeast, in a round chamber filled with lava, a ritual table in stone surrounded by candles. Screams the occult. These 2 demons, female sisters perhaps, claim to be the ones responsible for summoning the creatures here, the demons. The party ran from them as well. Not sure if they're ready to take on flying creatures over a pit of lava. But a shard was there around the neck of one of them. The only other shard they know of would be up above, on one of the upper levels, which they still have no clue where exactly it would be. But they continue looking for these shards. Now, gathered in this circular chamber, decisions are to be made. 4 directions lie before you, Bjorn, Cypher, Karma, Valafor. Gathering yourselves together, catching your wind. What do you do?
Bjorn will kind of speak up as everybody kind of gathers around. Need to explore this area more thoroughly. I have a sneaking suspicion there's something else hidden beside a portal here.
I'll follow your lead.
And Bjorn kind of says that in kind of a more aggressive tone. Till he's kind of trying to hold himself back a little bit. Valafor, are you wounded?
I took a mighty blow from that creature to the east. But I can still fight. Let's see if we can find more shards on this level. Then we can heal later. If we have to.
Need to search the area. Because those 2 creatures back there flying in the magma pool. I'm pretty sure they had one as well. We'll need Karma's fanciful spell casting once again to reach them.
Karma's gonna walk over closer to Bjorn and place a hand on his shoulder and say to him, I know we're all tired, but perhaps you can be reinvigorated with a prayer to Ayamode.
How tall is Karma?
Oh, she's reaching up quite a bit to place her hand on your shoulder.
Okay, well Bjorn would kind of turn and kind of hunker his shoulder down a little bit so it wouldn't be so hard for her to do.
She's trying to make it look really suave, though, like it wasn't a big deal. Like, it's okay. She's a little shorter than you.
Right, we'll have to wait. We need to investigate the area. Cypher, how are you on your particular magics?
I've been in better circumstances, but it should suffice. But I won't say no to a nap, if that's what you're implying.
Indeed. Let's secure the area, see if we can find anything of use in the areas we've already cleared, and then we can go take a rest and return for those pixies. Are you up for some wing hunting, Valafo?
Of course. Let's move. The longer we wait, the more stronger they get.
Okay, so where are you going for this rest? You mentioned securing the area.
Yeah, we're gonna look around for a bit, 'cause I don't think we can actually sleep yet.
Yeah, it's a little early. You need at least a couple hours.
Yeah, so we can kind of thoroughly search down here in the areas where we've already been for like secret rooms or stuff, and then we can go back.
All right. Marching order, I have Bjorn, Valafor side by side or one behind the other, followed by Karma and Cypher side by side or one behind the other. Exploration activities, I have Karma, detect magic. Would you like to change that?
No, detect magic is fine.
Bjorn, I have you under search. You're looking for traps.
That'll work.
Cypher, at the rear of the party, I have you in investigation, occult.
Yep.
And Valafor, scouting, to the front.
Yep.
Okay. Where would you like to go?
That room to the south where I encountered the magical trap. Might as well start the investigation down there.
Heading south, side by side, Valafor, with Bjorn. The glow of Bjorn's shield, glowing with holy energy. 15-foot wide corridor. You see double doors to the south at the end of this corridor, going east and west. Just as you reach this point, about 5 feet away from the nearest doors, Bjorn, you hear behind you another scream. Again, it sounds humanoid, but definitely odd. And it shrieks through the corridors, but in the distance. So that not everybody might hear it, but you do. You hear it clearly, and it sounds closer than you would think.
That Bjorn would kind of spin around on his heels and kind of raise his long sword up. How about close? How did it? About how close did it sound?
Give me another perception check. Blind.
On the way.
Okay. It sounded like it came from the northwest. Perhaps even up that corridor with all the supplies within those chambers. It sounded like it was from that direction. And maybe 70 feet, 80 feet, 100 feet? It couldn't have been too far off.
Bjorn will look to the others. Did you hear that scream?
Karma will look over, kind of unsure, then starts to listen.
Give me a perception check. This will be much harder because the sound isn't going on. You're trying to almost recall if you heard anything similar to a scream in the last few seconds or so. Maybe an echo you can pick up. You heard something. but it wasn't enough to garner attention. Perhaps it was a rat. Screeching in the distance.
I haven't heard anything. Are you all right, Bjorn?
Heard a scream, and it was close. Perhaps in the other upper corridor.
Be careful then. Let's follow more closely.
So they
Be on
investigate.
guard.
Leave it alone.
Well, if you think somebody was screaming, you should investigate it.
Marking off time here as you discuss this.
Yeah, Bjorn will kind of turn around because he was already kind of turned around as soon as he heard the scream. He'll begin heading up in the direction where he thinks that the scream came from,
All right.
moving in a quicker pace.
All right. Bjorn makes an about face. The rest of you are kind of confused at this. Perhaps a little irritated at letting Bjorn lead the way. You find yourself back where you started from, heading to the east this time. Bjorn and Valafor, you see that one of the doors to the north is still open.
I'll approach it.
All right, you lead the party back to the door. Take a peek. Are you staring off into the corridor?
Yeah, I'll look down it.
All right, give me a perception check. Blind. Clearly, there is movement. Around the middle of the corridor, right around this area right here, you see something crawling. You can't make it out. You'd have to get closer. It's in the dim light zone. But it's something crawling.
Bjorn, it could be that creature. Do we want to attack that now? He could have gotten out.
Let's take a look for sure. Bjorn will step into the corridor. See if he can cast some light on the creature.
All right, since we're getting a little technical here, let's bring this back. Put Cypher at the front. Right about here, Bjorn?
Yeah, that would work.
Okay. And you're right behind Valafor. As you step into the room, you see it looks like a human-sized, scantily clad person, creature, something, humanoid, on its hands and knees, and it's right here. And it's walking towards you. You cannot see its face. You cannot see it too clear. You'd have to get a little closer, Bjorn. If you want to do so, go ahead and move your token till I say stop.
Yeah, Bjorn will move a couple steps.
I'll be right behind him.
We're in there.
You guys can move where you want.
Put me right next to you.
There you go.
All right, anybody else following in? I'll move you.
I can still see them both from my current position, right?
What about you, Cypher? Yeah, you should be. Depends on your token.
I'm gonna go here and open the other door.
All right, as they move forward, you slink up to the other door and creak it open. Normal latch, no problem. And there in front of you, you see and you hear. It sounds like a female, and she's on her hands and knees, and her face picks up to look in your direction as you approach, and the light begins to fill the chamber.
Are you hurt? Do you require medical attention?
Where am I? Where am I? Who are you?
My name is Bjorn. come to eradicate the evils of the gauntlet.
I've seen you before. Get back. Get back.
So have I you. I mean you no harm. I set you free once before.
You can see all on her face cuts deep into her forehead and cheeks and along her neck and shoulders. It's not depicted in this picture very well, but imagine. She has horns. Tiefling, perhaps.
Going to move closer toward her, kind of in a very kind of not threatening kind of posture.
Go ahead.
I saved you once before.
And as you come forward, she starts to slowly slink back. Keep away from me. Keep away from me. Your power is holy.
You need not be afraid of me. I saved you once before. Tended to your wound.
And she kind of takes pause, like she's remembering. Yes, you did. You saved me. But your power is that of holy. Keep away. And she backs up even further.
How about you just settle down and I can tend to your wounds once again? They look pretty deep. Don't want an infection to take hold.
And as she tries to step back or crawl backwards yet again, the front part of her body just collapses down onto the floor and her face just falls down like from fatigue. She's still on her knees, but she's totally lying there, almost motionless.
Bjorn will approach her.
Go ahead.
And he'll kind of kneel down beside her and gently kind of pokes her in the back. I'm not going to hurt you.
And as you go to reach towards touching her and grabbing hold of her, her eyes begin to open wider and she very weakly tries to pull her arm away, like as if a hot flame was about to touch her flesh. But she's too weak to do it. And she collapses down on her side onto the pavement. And you kind of, I assume you're kind of protecting her from her head hitting the stone?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And while he's doing that, he's going to yell back to Valdemar, bring me a blanket. Karma, I need you up here right now.
Move your tokens where you would be if you're responding to this.
Balfour's going to hang out towards the bottom there, guarding the door, in case anything comes our way. He's going to be watching.
Cypher's gonna watch with him.
As Carmen walks up, Bjorn's going to be like, I treated her wounds once before. Set her free. She's in worse shape this time.
Karma will kneel down, placing her long sword at her side, and grabbing her first aid kit, start to look her over. When did you see her before?
In weeks, she was chained, hanging upside down in another chamber. Brought her down and gave her water, tended to her wounds. Sent her on her way. I told her to stop serving darkness, get her head out of her ass. Apparently that didn't do as much as a pet talk as I had hoped.
What will you do with me?
Tend to your wounds and let you go, just as I did before.
Yes, I can help you. And she's looking at you, Bjorn. As you helped me.
How can you help her?
First of all, are you healing her?
Yes.
Go ahead and make your roll.
Kyle, is that 2d10s now? Or is that what's just something
You
else?
had the 2d10s because of your feet.
That's right.
So it's 2d10 plus 10.
You gotta make your skill check first, right?
With assurance, though?
What is it?
Oh, hold on.
Are you an expert?
So I have...
The DC is 15. Assurance. Okay, so if you... The DC is 20, and you'll do better at this. And what is your skill going to be?
Her medicine is 28.
That'll be your total?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
She's a master at.
So you'd take the DC of 20 because that'll improve more, which means you'll actually heal by 10. So you'll add 10. So you roll your normal. I guess it's 2d8. And just add 10 to it. Magic hands. You roll d10s. Alright, so you're rolling 2d10s. And then adding 10 to it. That's what your assurance will do. It adds, allows you to take the DC 20. So 22. There you go. Alright. As you lay hold of her and begin wrapping bandages, you definitely feel the taint, the demonic taint within her blood. Although this isn't anything unusual to you, not because she's a demon, but because she's a tiefling who have demon blood in their, well, a demon in their heritage, in their bloodline somewhere. There is the touch of demonic forces. She is...
Oh, sorry.
Much like Rin Savixi is an elven tiefling. This individual here is also a tiefling, although probably of human descent. So she's not like a full demon. So you sense that.
Frightened?
She what?
Is she frightened of Bjorn? Like the condition frightened?
She did it first. She did it first, but after he got closer and touched her, and she recognized him and stared into his eyes and remembered, according to Bjorn, he spared her life and freed her from her bonds. It doesn't really look so much like fear, maybe a cautiousness, but she looks definitely looks relieved. Once you wind up her wounds and stuff, she feels much better.
Okay, good.
Thank you. You were in grave danger. You were in grave danger here. What do you give her?
Water.
Water? She grabs hold of it and starts drinking it down. You are in grave danger here. Thank you, but you must get away. I cannot find my way out of here. They will kill you. They'll slay you all.
Who?
Arevian and those that he serves, I do not know who they are. But Arevian, he is the one you must watch out for.
Yes, he's on my shit list, so to speak.
You know him.
I've heard of him.
He is a powerful demon. He is bound to Belcor in her service. I served them once. But no more. I need to escape this place. I cannot find my way out. Please, help me out of this place. Please, I beg of you.
You said you wanted to help me. How can you best be of service? There are magical barricades blocking our path. Do you know anything about that?
What was that? Sorry, Kyle.
Basically, he's asking about the magical barricade that's by the elevator in the northern section. He's asking if she knows anything about that.
Yes, it's how they get to the lower levels, but Arevian had it sealed with magic, powerful magic. You will not be able to get through there. I don't know how it's opened. Perhaps Arevian knows, but I do not.
Do you know where this Arevian is now?
He lies beyond the wall to the west. I have been there. You must beware. Demons guard him.
Of course, but it won't matter. They will all face my wrath.
And she begins to drink once again.
As she kind of does so, Bjorn will kind of gently kind of take her hand in his, kind of trying to be as reassuring as he can be. You are safe now. We will take you from this level whenever we withdraw.
Yes, please. And she looks too weak to put up any kind of fight. She has no weapons. She's barely clothed and marked with gashes, even though they've been wound with gauze and ointments and herbs to heal. She's in a lot of pain. Yes, take me away from this place. And she looks like she's about to pass out.
You just rest. We have some more work to do here.
Cypher and Valifor, what are you doing? You're clinging back to the back there with both doors open. Valifor, you're keeping an eye out. What are you doing, Cypher?
She's doing the exact same thing, keeping an eye out.
All right.
Also, just keeping Valifor company.
All right. Well, this is going on. Both make, since you're actively looking, both make a perception. Well, this is happening. Blind, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Valifor, your keen instincts of a warrior. You're almost sure of it. It sounds like a door creaking open or closed, but you don't hear the slam. And you hear a couple footsteps, and then silence. Let's go back to Bjorn. What are you doing, Bjorn?
Yeah, Bjorn will kind of rifle through these chambers, trying to find something that he can cover her up in. Towel, blanket, something that he can, kind of drape over her.
How about you, Karma?
She's just staying by the girl for the time being as he's looking around.
You're comforting her.
Making sure, comforting her, just kind of making sure, she's okay.
And you reach down towards her head to kind of pull her in close to you, to kind of give her like a pillow to your arm. And she's hesitant at first, but she's too weak. Almost taking advantage of it, you pull her close gently. And you could feel that her body shakes. And Bjorn, go ahead, Karma.
Are you afraid?
Yes. They will kill me if they find me.
They will not find you.
They will
protect you.
They will kill you.
They can't kill us. We are warriors of the light.
Make a deception roll. No.
Do I need to come down there?
Yeah, you might have to.
I'm afraid we're running out of time here.
Bjorn, as you step into the second chamber looking through here, once again you're warrior instincts kick in. Just like the previous chamber, and the first time you were through here, you definitely get the sense that these were storage chambers in preparation for some great attack, like as if they're preparing an army.
He's going to kind of keep that information kind of to himself, and once he finds something suitable that he can wrap her in, he will kind of return to Karma, sheathing his longsword, kneeling down. I'll carry her out.
Let me go down to this party token and double-click it and see what languages the group has access to. This is awesome. You find in one of the trunks an old piece of parchment, Bjorn. Looking for cloth, which you do find. But you also find a piece of parchment in one of these trunks inside here. It's written... in text you do not understand, except that it looks like some kind of official document. It has structure that it follows. It's not like a bunch of scribbles that somebody hastily put on here. The parchment itself is frayed on the edges. So it doesn't look too new. But you did find a garment. A bit of cloth.
Bjorn will kind of tuck the parchment into his, tuck it into his breastplate as he kind of gently wraps her in it. In the cloth there.
And as you do that, you feel her body weight is she's really lighter than you would imagine she would be. She's almost emaciated. Probably hasn't eaten. Fragile, even. And she's
starved you, girl.
It's pretty obviously they have. She's barely conscious at this time. Her head is just bobbing back and forth. As you pick her up and try and hold her up, she could barely stand. It would take both your hands to comfortably move her about if you want to do this.
Bjorn would actually kind of just sling her up and over his shoulder.
You could do that too.
Hang on, girl, I've got you.
And you could feel her arms dangle along your back. Okay. She's not enough to weigh you down any bulk, so ignore that for the moment. What's your well, let me look. Let's see what your bulk is. You're at 8, encumbered at 11. All right, I'm not going to encumber you. Okay. So you can hold it with one hand. So you got your shield out showing the light with the other one, all right?
Well, the light's on my gauntlet, so I got her kind of slung with that, and then I'll redraw my longsword.
Okay, I guess you could do that. The GM has been corrected. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't used a standard shield in a while. I just kind of use that gauntlet thing.
So when you activate it, it becomes a shield?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then takes another action to raise it, or does it automatically raise when you turn it on? You can look it up later. I'm just curious.
It takes an action to activate it, and then you have to raise it. So.
All right, 2 actions. Okay. All right, so he's hoisted this lady on the shoulders, and you begin to head back down the path, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And you fully see Cypher and Valifor. Again, Valifor, you did hear something.
I heard that door to the east. We must be careful. If that creature comes out, we're in trouble.
Indeed. You recognize this one, Valapur. We saved her once before.
Yes, vaguely. But I am afraid we must take her back to the safe room with us. I don't think we should spend much more time here.
Nor do I. We need to go. Valapur, you'll have to man the front line. I'll be right behind you.
All right, I don't have any light sources, so if you want to cast it on me.
I'll be one step behind you, so it shouldn't be much of an issue.
Yeah, he's probably going to be 5 feet behind you. 10 feet
All
at
right,
the
let's
most.
make our way to the steps to get out of here.
All right. The steps. Which direction are we talking? Over here to the east? Up those steps?
I think we're up those steps because we're going to the safe room.
Yeah,
we'll go that way.
Yeah.
I didn't see where you clicked. Are you going south or are you going east?
South.
Oh.
All right. Through the trapped room?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me see here.
It's kind of the only way to get back to those set of steps. So.
I was zoomed in. I did not see where you clicked. You're way down there. I see it now, though. Okay. So I believe that's up to the next level. Let me see. Yeah, you could easily navigate that without any trouble. You know where the trap is. You don't see anything, being aware as you are, and you could make your way back up to the level above and back up to the safe room. Let me just double check the map here. Make sure I don't have any other party tokens in the way. Yes, I do. Let me get rid of this one. I'm gonna bring you guys over here, and you get up to the level above, going up the steps. Passing up the north set of steps, there is a body that you have to step over. You've seen this body before. You make your way back to the safe room. Safe and sound. Now I believe there is a lock spell on this. Are you all on the map?
I think I just found this. There we are.
Was it way off?
Nah. Just gotta zoom all the way out.
Darn it.
Yeah, there was a lock spell. I can you just get rid of the lock spell, right? Whenever I want.
I don't know. You'd have to put it in there.
Let me post it.
Probably. Is it something like if you open it, it goes off, and then you have to recast it? Or do you drop it? I don't know. I think you just drop
You can
it.
dismiss the spell at any time from and from any distance.
All right, and if you don't, what happens?
I did link it. I linked it. There's a lot of words. I'm sorry. Hold on.
This does not end the spell. Oh, if the target is opened, like a door, the spell ends. Assuming the target is not barred or locked in some additional way, you can unlock and open it with an interact action during which you touch the target. This does not end the spell. So it says if it's opened, it ends the spell. But then it says here, if it's not barred by any other means and you touch it and open it, it won't end the spell.
That's really cool.
So I will assume that you can open that door. If you step forward, you would know this. You cast the spell, you know all about it. You'd step forward. Wait, everyone. Casting your hands over the door, you reach for the bar and you open it and push it open. And the alarm does not go off. You sense that it's still active. Ah, you smirk to yourself as you step once again into this chamber. Shutting the door, I assume. The lock spell is still in effect. And you've made it safe and sound to your safe room with this new person in tow. You can put her on the table. Darn it, I forgot her token. But anyway, we'll assume she's on the table there. Not the most comfortable thing, but there you go. What would you like to do in here? Let me mark off some time.
Once she's kind of on the table, Bjorn will kind of continue to treat her wounds.
Okay, make another medicine check.
I have assurance.
So you're taking the DC 20?
Mm-hmm. Because my DC is 25 with assurance, so that'll be 2d8 plus 10.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, that'll be another 20 back to her.
Okay. A good hour has passed with all this interactions. Write that down. Plus 20 HP.
I had a question. As we were coming back, I remember the last time that we left here, we couldn't really hear anything from the tavern. Like, it was kind of eerily quiet. Did we hear anything coming back?
No. No.
While they're working their magic, and since this is taking quite a bit of time, can Cypher take a look at those arrows that were in her bag that she had picked up?
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, I say arrows, but it's just unusual ammunition. I don't know if it's like not arrows. Hey, just let me know what I need to roll.
Darn it, I just went to the other map when you said that. Give me a second. I wanted to grab her token real quick. Okay. Oh, I see where it puts you. It puts you way over there.
Yeah.
Let me fix that. What's Valafor doing on the table?
While everyone's doing their thing, Balfour is gonna gather up some wood and make like a little fire and prepare some food.
All right. See if I want to make you have a check with that. Let me look at these arrows. Let us see. Cypher. You're going to be making one check from one of the 4 traditions, your choice. See if you can decipher these markings, the look and feel and balance of these arrows. We'll do this for the first 3. Is it 3? Yeah.
I think I've only got 2. Yeah. One I have 3, and the other one I only have 1 of.
Right. Those 3 you try and identify first. do the other one separate.
Okay. I sent an occultism because that's really all I'm good at.
Mark off some time for this. Okay, make a roll for the other ones. The other one, I should say, and that's going to be one of the 4 traditions.
Yeah, I figured I'd do this while everyone's kind of taking care of this, well, stranger.
All right. I'm going to count them as separate, so it's going to take 20 minutes to do it all instead of all at once. 2 checks, 2 10-minute blocks. And because we're in encounter, or not encounter mode, because we're in exploration mode, you can't tell. You've never seen the likes of these arrows ever before. There's markings that seem not only devilish, demon-like, but still there's some on there that are kind of similar to more common markings and runes you'd see elsewhere, but definitely something about them. That there's some type of magic involved with them, but you have no clue what that is. If you'd like to take more time to search to do this, I think you can do so. Because right now
Maybe
you can't figure it out.
Maybe at another time, but she'll still kind of like fiddle and mess around and then give up and put them away.
So while this 20 minutes goes by, what are the rest of you doing? Cypher's over there looking through her bag of goodies. What are you guys doing while this is happening?
Well, I was preparing food for everybody in a little fire.
Oh.
I'm going to offer some food to the tiefling. Maybe have a conversation.
Yes, you probably bring her close to the fire while you're doing this. Excuse me. There's a little fire there.
As he's doing that, Bjorn's going to pull that piece of parchment out. I found a piece of parchment. I cannot read its words. Anybody else like to give it a try?
Anybody step up?
I'm sorry, what was that, Kyle?
Basically, Bjorn was kind of asking if anybody wanted to take a look at this letter. He can't read it, but maybe you could.
Oh yeah, she'll snatch it from your hand. Just kind of look at it. Can she read it?
No.
She hands it right back. I don't know. Beats me.
Karma will having had grabbed some of the food. What did you cook, by the way?
You're more interested in the food?
Gruel. He cooked some gruel.
I want to know if it's going to be delicious or disgusting.
I got some delicious soup and meat that I'm making.
Do you have that
Where'd
in your
you get the
inventory?
meat?
Where'd you get
I
that?
was just wondering where you got the meat from.
Oh God.
Which Morlock did you hack to pieces?
Yeah.
Fresh meat.
Yeah.
Tastes like chicken.
Kind of gamey, kind of almost.
Yeah, I shot a rabbit.
It's very stringy.
And Karma, as you grab the letter from the parchment from Bjorn, you kind of hastily look at it and start a conversation with Valafor here. You turn back and say, "Oh yeah, I know what this says. And it's written in Draconic. Upon closer inspection, it sounds like demons communicating with orders to one another. This is a very militaristically written type of parchment, giving orders for, I don't know if it's some kind of name or whatever, you don't know. But you're to take your squad to the south immediately and prepare the others. And it mentions creatures kind of described. First thing that comes to your mind is those grothlets. And it talks about training the next batch.
I see.
Do you relay that to him? Or do you keep it to yourself? It sounds like demons giving orders to one another in preparation for something big.
Sorry about that. My push-to-talk is having some trouble, so I was talking, and I totally didn't go through. I'd probably like to think I'd read it out loud.
So they are building an army. Organized training, discipline, arms and armor. They're preparing for an assault on something here.
Mark off time. Wait, I just did. So, yeah, Cypher, you're still looking through this stuff, but anything else?
Finishing up her food, Karma's gonna say her prayers in the corner, kind of try to get Bjorn to join her. So she'll approach Bjorn before heading to bed, and she'll say to him, "Are you ready to thank Ayamode for the day we had?" And I don't know how to begin with this. Shoot. Are you ready to thank Ayamode for everything that we experienced and the lives we still have?
Bjorn kind of seems very awkwardly kind of put on the spot, and it would kind of be kind of comical to Cypher and Valafor. Kind of looks very much out of his depth. If you want to pray, I will listen.
That's all I ask. And she will clasp her hands together and begin to pray very loudly.
Bjorn will kind of bow his head. As she prays very loudly, he was kind of wondering why he stepped this close if she's going to be screaming at him. But he remains.
Exuberantly. She's passionate about her prayers.
Oh, Bjorn is definitely feeling the passion.
Okay, if anybody needs to refocus any spells, you can do that in this length of time. And Cypher, you can't tell what these arrows do. You have no clue.
Could I possibly try to help her?
At this point, yeah.
You said any of the 4 traditions?
Mm-hmm. I think you have to be trained.
I'm a
in
master of
tradition.
religion.
There you go. I think it's a trained thing. Yeah, you have to be trained to identify things. Or at least trained in the skill you're using.
I am a master.
And okay, the first batch of 3. You can't tell. You have no idea. You've never seen these before. Does not look familiar. They look nice though. It'll take another 10 minutes to look at the other one. Do you want to do that?
Might as well. He'll kind of hand her back the 3. Never seen herbs like that. Let me try the other one.
Nope.
I'm
Nada.
not familiar with this armament.
Thanks for trying, Bjorn. Maybe
Sure.
I'll just have to test these out on the field. It's just
Yeah.
such a shame I have so little of them.
That's another option when it comes to identifying magic items. If you get the feeling that you haven't identified something fully, i.e. I didn't reveal it to you fully, one option is to just use the damn thing. Taste it. Taste the potion. Or wield the weapon in battle. Or knock the arrow and shoot it. And see what it does. And that act alone will either give you a bonus on your check on the DC, really. Or it might just identify it. Or some property you haven't fully identified yet. So there's always an option to do that. Just use the thing. Experiment with it. So keep that in mind. Especially if you're not trained in it. I might let you learn about it. Good catch, Cypher. Give yourself a hero point.
Aha!
It's like you guys are a bunch of beginners. I'm too nice tonight. All right, so what's going on, Valafor? Anything in particular? You got people praying around you?
Jesse ain't here.
Aw. All right, what would you like to do?
I imagine he'd kind of be talking to the lady. Because after Bjorn kind of says his night prayers with Karma, he will move back over to the civilian lady. The lady that we just rescued. What more can you tell me of the level below?
She's barely awake, but you can wake her up and nudge her around. And her head kind of flops to the side. Oh, what is that smell?
Valafor made stew. Here. He will offer her a bowl full of stew.
Without hesitation, she reaches towards it. She begins to cup her hand into it and pull it up into her mouth. No spoon. The heat doesn't bother her. Oh, it's good. It's good. It'll give me much strength. And she just consumes it.
I remember those days well when I was held under siege. Warm food is always a welcome.
Yes, this is good. Who are you, anyway? Why are you here?
My name is Bjorn. I am here to right a family wrong. My family once served this evil, as you do.
I do not serve this evil. I was forced to work for this evil.
I come here to destroy them, put my family to rest.
More likely they will destroy you. You underestimate the powers of these demons.
Well,
I
done
serve
pretty
them.
well so far.
I served them, and I failed in the most minor of ways. And they hunted me down. They brought me back to this dark place and tortured me day and night. Day and night.
That's where I found you the first time.
Yes, and now I'm through with it all. Where are we? What is this place? I do not recognize it. And she looks around to the walls, floor, the chamber.
You're still in the gauntlets, but you're on the level above.
This is the realm of Jafaki. You bring me to from one evil to another. Why do you bring me here?
Jafaki is dead.
She gasps. What do you mean he's dead?
He met his end at our blades.
I cannot believe such a thing. Who are you indeed? To defeat someone like Jafaki.
He really wasn't that much of a fight, really. It was kind of a pushover.
Even the demons could not defeat him.
They couldn't reach him, but we could. You said that you're done serving this malice. I had a question, if you would be so kind as to entertain me.
He?
Entertain me. He's basically asking her if he can ask her a question.
Yeah, I think he called her he. Go ahead.
Jordan would kind of lean in a little closer to her, kind of ladling more stew into her bowl. You said you were done serving this darkness. How about helping us put an end to it? We killed Jafaki, killed the Smith. We've utterly eradicated the bulk that we have came across. How about you help us? Be rid of this place for good.
I want no more of this place. Show me the way out, and I will be done with it all. I don't know how else I could help you, outside of what I've already told you. I have no weapons.
Keep an eye on our safe room here.
I have no skills. I do not want to stay here, especially here. I need to get out. And she begins to look desperately left and right.
Jordan will kind of put up his hands, kind of gently tapping her on the shoulder. You are safe here.
Not if you want me to fight for you.
I do not ask you to fight.
I am no fighter. I am no spellcaster. I have no powers here.
Could you remain in this chamber and keep watch over our supply while we did the fighting elsewhere?
I can, but I cannot promise you anything. If something comes through the doors, I would stand no chance.
In that case, I would not expect you to stand and fight. I would expect you to run for your life. But until then, we need someone to make sure that our supplies are safe here while we're delving into the lower levels.
You do realize what you're asking.
Yeah, but at the same time, I can't march her all the way back up to the surface at this time.
What would the honorable thing be to do?
Kind of let her go and kind of draw her a map. But once again, I can't escort her up there. We're kind of knee-deep down here.
The honorable thing to do would be to bring her back up to the surface.
It would.
Keep her safe.
The honorable thing to do would be to escort this former prisoner, who's obviously helpless, back to the surface in safety. That would be the honorable thing to do, according to Ayamode. It seems like you're more likely, what you're really doing is you're taking advantage of her presence for your own betterment here. And it might be better for you and your friends, but you're not really thinking about her, unless somehow you're not really that honorable just yet. Just something to consider.
Euron does walk that line.
He does. He lives on the edge. I say this because you have to be careful, especially if you're a cleric, you're a holy warrior. You've got edicts to follow and anathemas to be aware of, and you can lose your powers. You could lose your spells suddenly, just out of the blue, because you've offended your god, Ayamode. Things could happen, so be aware of that.
Yeah. And she is not a combatant.
There you go.
Well, I mean, I guess that could work. I mean, we're still waiting on time to do that anyway. I could escort her up to the upper levels these three could get some rest, and then I could come back.
Well, that would be interesting. I don't know if you'd want to split the
While
party.
while we're resting for the night, you decide to go bring her up to the surface on your own and then come back without resting. Is that wise?
Well,
Well, my spells are set. I don't really need to change my spells, but you guys need to change yours.
How do you get exhaustion in this game?
that's a condition that hits you under certain
fatigue.
circumstances. Fatigue,
Like
yeah.
fatigue, staying up all night, is that going to affect you in combat?
It
Well,
does affect you.
Like- Yeah, you
ahead.
get fatigue after like 12 hours. No. It's like your constitution times something or other, but it's typically like 16 hours. Just how you can't travel more than 12 hours at a time.
Yeah, so, and it's only, what, 2, 3, 4 hours from here? I could be up and back, and then we could all take a rest. And I'd still be back in time to at least get some sort of rest. Because if we say 2 hours up and 2 hours back, you know, if we're setting watches taking a 10-hour rest, then yeah, I could still make it back here and still get some sleep.
I do not like the sound of this plan, Bjorn. Seems like a lot upon one's shoulders, and that's coming from me.
As a soldier, I'm used to bearing the weight. My family fought here. They fought for this. She wants to go. I came here to put a stop to it. If I can save one soul and not get as much sleep, I'm willing to risk it.
Now that's awesome.
But I do have one request. And this is mainly for you, Cypher, as you play instruments quite a lot. Something were to happen to me, and I never leave this place. I'd like you to play an upbeat tune near the river. If that's acceptable.
He thinks on this and ponders, and then
Basically, what Bjorn is asking is for Cypher to basically play him out his last rites.
she knows exactly what he's doing, but she's debating whether or not she should lie. And I'm just wondering, should she say yes but really mean no, or should she say no but really mean yes? Like, if I say no, that means she actually likes Bjorn and is just like, I'm not going to read you your rights, you're not going to die. Or is she actually really a jerk? I think I'll go with no. She'll flat out say no to Bjorn, but this is a complete deception. She would do it. This was like a formal request of Bjorn, so she would do it. But she's gonna say no. You're not gonna die, Bjorn. I've seen you bounce back from worse things than whatever's still lurking upstairs.
Thank you, Cypher. Give me great courage.
And then at this point, Cypher's going to, like, this person, are they, like, completely just, like, out of conversation, or are they, like, still with it? I don't know how, like, their coherency level.
She's gotten a lot more strength in her since she's been eaten and woken up.
Okay.
So yeah, she's communicative. Sense motive. What a sense motive, Bjorn? See if she's being up and up with you. You could if you want.
Who's Cypher?
Cypher.
How would that work?
She mentioned deceiving.
Yeah, you'd have to roll a perception check. The deception DC is a 29.
Yeah.
Hell, I'll try it.
Yeah. Call her out.
I told y'all my dice rolls are gonna suck, but
20,
Oh,
see,
so
25.
close.
25. Nope. You believe her.
So you believe that I will not read you your rights. But she also adds that, you're not going to die. Like, don't give me that. But Cypher will approach the other person in the room. I don't know if they're partaking in any of the food.
Oh yeah, she's
But
got one
Cypher's
of that.
gonna grab a bowl. And did we ask, like, I know you mentioned we met her earlier. I don't know if I was here for that.
I don't think he works. It was just me, Jess, and well, it was me running Bjorn and Jess, and Diz was here.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, so
no.
I this person looks entirely new to me, so that's why I asked. Did we ask why they're here, or did we get any backstory?
Basically, from the last time she failed in her mission, and Bjorn found her the last time dangling upside down, several wounds, literally dangling by her feet from a length of chain, and Bjorn cut her down and kind of very ominously closed the doors that we Valafor and the other person couldn't hear what Bjorn was saying to her, but basically Bjorn kind of had a really kind of steep pep talk, told her to get her head out of her ass, and pretty much left her there with a water skin and told her to make her way out. Well, apparently that didn't happen.
And then we just found her in the hallway crying.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask, why did you decide to stay? I know you've got a mouthful. They sure look tasty.
So it's probably good that you don't know more, because your character really wasn't there when Bjorn encountered her, and he really didn't go into any backstory or who she was or anything. He never really investigated, but he gave her a good pep talk, like he said. In fact, you probably learned more with this interaction than you did before. And what did you ask?
Why did she decide to stay after Bjorn's pep talk? He was urging her to, leave.
She kind of makes like she didn't know her way around. She was lost. And she knows some of these places, but she didn't know the way out. So she was wandering the halls to try and find said exit. But being in her weak state, she probably didn't get far. Now, Bjorn, the many times you've been passing through here and going through this area, specifically where her cell was, you didn't see her, but you have heard screams. You have heard screams before, and it's probably her that was making those screams. Now that you think about it. But yeah. You get the impression she was somebody, a tiefling, who just was taken advantage of because of her demonic touch, demonic blood. That's what it seems like, but who really knows? I mean, in the eyes of Ayamode, she's a demon.
So Cypher's gonna ask another question. It's gonna be really out of the blue, and you all can judge her as much as you want with this question, because she's not the nicest person in the bunch. But can't believe I'm doing this. But she asks, "Do you know anybody named Rin Savixi?"
Wow.
We all know each other.
Wow.
I told you, you can judge her if you What?
I fucking love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Hell yes.
She's
You
just
must know her.
assuming, well, they must all know each other.
I don't know Rinsvixie you speak of. Who is she? Who is she? Should I know of her? She's just another tiefling.
She doesn't. She just says it's of no consequence that you do not know her. But she has been aiding our party since the very beginning of our descent.
She's a good friend.
Quite, yes.
I will escort her to the surface and return shortly.
Does she want to return to the surface?
She wants to get out of this place. She doesn't want any part of it.
Or we can lock her in here, tell her she's safe, wait for us to come back up, and then we could take her out.
I tried that. She won't budge.
But we don't have to take her with us. We'll just leave her in here. Lock her in.
Remember, honor. Not for
No
you,
honor.
Yeah, of
What
course.
honor?
Screw that. She's impeding our, our own investigation. I'm trying to find a way out of this.
Make her a map.
Go your own way.
We
Find your
kind
own
of
way
thought
out.
of that, but I think Kyle brought that up too, that we could just make a map.
And living by the clerical codes, Bjorn would walk her out of here.
I will ask her how long can you hold your breath? Have you been into a different plane before? Get in my bag. Get
Boy, oh boy. Your
Wow.
true colors are coming out tonight.
Trading one captive place for another does not sound much like freedom to me.
I wonder if there's any concept of time inside this thing.
Just put her to sleep first. Knock her out.
Yeah, Cypher will just say, this predicament's really frustrating. I do not know you. I have nothing that I owe you. I don't care if you live. I do not care if you die. I care that we finish what we started with Belcora. Karma, Bjorn, I know you have your own code to adhere to. I will let the two of you decide, even if that means Bjorn will travel. I just do not agree that he should travel alone. Sometimes we don't even survive, divided. Like, how can we survive divided, let alone when we're just all together? Like, sometimes it's extremely difficult. You never know what you'll run into.
Yes, one of our party rules is we do not split up ever again.
He needs to be taken to safety. I will not risk you all on any of this.
Can I convince you both that this here is safe?
But isn't that bad that you're going to leave us behind when we could die? Would you rather leave us here than know that we're in danger?
There's 3 of you here, and if only one of me is out there, you 3 will be safe.
I don't think it's a good idea.
What do you think, Karma?
I think that having someone that is helpless amidst our group to go further would be impossible. To stay here would be reckless endangerment. And if we were to not bring her to the top, to the surface, we would be dishonorable.
Would she be willing to fight? And then she turns to her, are you willing to fight?
Can you fight?
Well, she has no weapons. And if I had to, perhaps, but I'm not good with a sword. Nor any weapon.
How about the magics? You possess any magic?
I know no magics. Remember, sense motive.
I know.
Guys don't use it
I'm-
enough.
I'm gonna be like, I don't know. If I know tieflings, some of them are pretty inclined, so I'll do sense motive. Let me just get that blind. They're not so good at fighting. That might explain why there have been so many screams, but if what you say is true about, those screams might have belonged to this tiefling.
On top of her being wounded and beaten and not in the best shape, although she's being healed, you sense that she's being honest with you. She's wouldn't be very good in a fight at all.
Mm-hmm.
She's being honest with you, as far as you can tell. You want to take a short break and think about this? 5
Yeah,
minutes?
Sounds
we
good.
can.
All right, we'll take a little short intermission and find out what happens with this tiefling demonic touched creature. In about 5 minutes, folks. We'll be right back. Intermission time.
Yep, I'll be right back. Another that, but yeah. Yeah, put some of them in that ice cream. Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Ice cream it is. Intermission time means sweeties, means intermission ice cream. We're back. Okay, let's pick up where we left off. As the companions sit around their helpless friend eating ice creams around a fire, what do you guys do?
All right, Bjorn. Here's the way I see it. Tieflings are half demon. You helping a demon, in my eyes, is not honorable. Do you have honor for the group more? Or do you have honor for this demon?
Carmen
You
will butt in.
believe that tieflings are demons and we are helping demons, then who was the one that sent us here? It was a tiefling by the name of Ren Savixi.
And you trust her?
I trust Ren with my life.
I do not trust all tieflings.
Nor do you have to. I'm asking you to trust me.
Well, how about this?
Personal for me, Valafor.
Yeah, but the group is personal too, wouldn't it be?
Group is my family.
You gonna leave your family behind to save this demon?
If I must. I will not risk any of you for this.
He's showing honor in protecting the helpless. There is no greater cause. There is no greater. There's no greater. Nothing greater than to protect those who are weak and helpless, who can't protect themselves.
This
I
is
believe-
deeper than that for me.
Hmm.
I was a soldier. You've all heard me talk about this.
Yes, you were a soldier, and you're here to protect. I know this.
I killed
That's-
civilians. I killed civilians in cold blood, Valafor. Many
Well,
fell beneath my blade. And
are you trying to redeem yourself by doing this?
they were innocent, Valafor. Just as she is innocent of the crimes you have arrayed against her. This is personal.
Well, Balfour is going to pull Cypher to the side. I need to have a talk with Cypher. And he's going to go out of earshot. And I want to talk to her about something.
She doesn't say anything, but as she's walking over with you, she's just mouthing, "Oh boy."
So, Cypher, do you agree that sending him out is a bad idea?
Oh yeah, terrible idea.
So how about we tell him you and I are taking this tiefling out of here. They stay behind. We go around the corner. We can either lock her in a room or dispatch her. Either way means nothing to me. We get her away from the party. We come back in 4 hours and we tell him that we took her out.
If we do,
We just have to make sure he doesn't find out.
yeah, I was gonna say if he finds out, you will take all of the blame for this one. I'm sure he would not strike me, but
All right,
this
so we'll see.
this isn't a fantastic plan. It is extremely flawed. I really don't see any way about it, though. I don't care. I just wish I could make Bjorn care less. He sent her on his way, sent her on her way before. I wish that we could just do it again. Perhaps I can convince him.
You could try. If it doesn't work, then my plan.
Yes.
All right.
Then your plan. Once again, she just mouths, "Oh boy." Do you have? Never mind. Before I ask, perhaps I'll check in my bag.
I know what we can do. We could put her in your bag.
Oh,
not
I
enough.
already thought. I already thought of that one. It's not exactly a foolproof plan in itself. We could end up with a dead tiefling if we don't do it exactly correctly.
Well, if she disappears, no one will know, except us.
Now,
It's worth a shot.
Now, don't mistake me for somebody not having a heart, because I do, and I do have my own morals. But I just don't think that this one qualifies as something that should take precedence of, saving the whole town, perhaps the whole world. And I want some of me that glory money.
I agree. I'm on the same page there.
So for the sake of... we're standing by the items, too. So... we don't have any daggers, do we?
What do we need?
I'm thinking perhaps we can arm her. I could tell Bjorn, and I suppose Karma, since he's not the only one we have to convince. I could tell them that she was lying to us. That she is extremely deceitful from one liar to another. I could say that she is very well adept in combat and maybe isn't telling us the whole truth. Perhaps we can give her a weapon, a dagger, something we don't care quite too much about, and then send her off on her way. Maybe I can convince them, but I do... Or perhaps we're just wasting our time and Bjorn's unconvincible and he's going to go off on his own. Whenever he has something said, I know you've been listening to him this entire time with his rant, but he himself talks of redemption. I'm sure maybe even knowing. And like Cypher's just running through all these different plans in her head and she's like, it could work, but like, am I okay with it working?
All right. What we'll do is I'll give you your chance to convince him. If not, my plan.
And then Cypher looks at Valifor and says, "You know what? Maybe we just let Bjorn go, and if Bjorn dies, Bjorn dies." I'm also not sold on everybody here, 100%. And if you want, you can sense motive on that. But she says that she's just like, I have nobody to lose, just as I think that nobody cares if they lose me. We're all expendable, and we all knew the consequences coming in. Bjorn knows that if he leaves us, we could all die, and it'd be his fault because he was not there to back us up. And in turn, he can die just going off on his own with this person. It's one thing to go off on your own, and then it's another thing to go off and protect somebody, especially as defenseless as they are claiming to be.
All right. Let's see what we can do.
Predicament of moralities.
It is.
Now you've got like Cypher pacing back and forth after this conversation with Valifor and like really in thought, kind of like that thinker's like arms crossed, hands stroking the chin, like, what do we do?
Meanwhile,
Valifor turns to Bjorn and says,
Bjorn, at the door with the girl.
One second. trying to figure out how to type this message. While this conversation is going on.
Like, we went way down the rabbit hole. Like, we were supposed to be engaged in pixies by now.
I know, right?
And let me see here.
It's crazy because I'm also not going to be here next week.
Oh,
So,
boy.
what you guys decide, well, you're going to have to decide without me. I'm going to be in Pennsylvania.
Oh, the backyard.
Yeah.
Backyard.
Yeah. I'm going to be down in Philly at
You
PAX
are.
Unplugged.
There
Wow.
you go.
Nice.
All right, let's expedite this a little bit. Now, while this conversation is going on, and you stop and you pause and you look back behind you, you see only Karma. Bjorn is no longer here, nor is the woman. Basically, he made a stealth roll against your perception DCs. You do not see him. Now, Karma, I do need to know what role you play in this. You can just tell me.
I support Volkmar. I'm sorry. I support Bjorn going to bring her back.
All right.
Yeah.
And are you still at the fire? Kind of twiddling your thumbs? Like, huh? What's up?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. All right, so as you turn around to face the fire and Bjorn, he's not there.
And Cypher says loudly, "Oh, thank God that's settled." Well, and then there were 3.
Oh my goodness.
So what are we gonna do? We gonna wait for him to come back?
I'm going to bed.
No. Yeah, the 2 of you go to bed. I'll stay up, keep an eye out if I see another creature dragging his dead corpse.
I need to know one thing, Bjorn. Which direction are you going? North or south?
North to the staircase.
Just what I needed to know.
Kind of around the corner there. Bjorn will kind of look back to her with his long sword drawn. If this is a trap, you will be the first one killed. I may
Okay.
have honor, but my mercy has limits.
As you head up to the north, along the path, and you open the door leading to the spiral staircase, you are surprised as the door opens. There, before you, you see a familiar face. But that's not all. You hear shuffling noises behind you. You and your charge, who is over your shoulder, sword out, gauntlet at the ready, shedding light. You are surrounded. You did not
Bring it.
see, hiding in the shadows and coming up the corridor behind you, familiar faces. And as soon as you open the door, you see another familiar face. You are surrounded, and they leap out. Now, what's going to happen here is we're going to put you in initiative. Okay?
Okay.
And let's roll initiative. feeling it's going to put these guys the same initiative. Being as stealthy as you can be, you're moving at half speed. But you were spotted. At least right now. You are first. What is the first thing you do?
I'm gonna back through the door, back up, and shut the door as I go.
One more action.
Let's see here. What I got?
Now think.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do battle prayer on that one. Oh, I blinked the wrong one. My bad.
Yeah, you're gonna heal somebody. I'm trying to think, what the heck is he
Yeah.
doing?
Yep, I clicked the wrong one. My bad.
Calling out to your deity. You recite scripture to harm a foe. It's still
This will
talking.
be lawful.
Yeah, it's talking about alignment here. We're gonna have that same situation again.
Well, then this would be holy in the absence of that. I didn't realize they hadn't changed that over.
What does that sound like?
It's really simple. Bjorn's longsword glows a bright, vibrant yellow, and then he extends it to the heavens, and a beam descends onto the creature. That guy.
All right, before we do that, as you guys stand there in silence, there is a small chance that you will hear Bjorn. Small chance. He's not yelling, he's not screaming battle cries. But there is the sound of his prayers. So I'm going to allow everybody to make a perception check. But the DC will be a little bit harder than normal. So everybody make a perception check.
Apologies, I thought I had blinds still on.
What dice are you using? I love that color.
Okay, you guys you guys did great. You all hear the familiar voice in the distance echoing down the hallway outside the door. You hear him reciting something you've heard before. His battle prayer. Litanies of great heroes he's reciting. You can hear it as plain as day. Especially you, Cypher. So, what I'm going to allow to happen here, after we resolve Bjorn's effect, I'm going to put you three in the combat tracker. Got a lot of people in here.
I didn't foresee leaving the room again because I don't know, but I already slept for the night. Is there a way for you to kind of revert that to prior to sleeping?
Do you remember your stats?
I don't remember anything about prior to sleeping. I do remember my spell list, though.
But you were fully healed, so stat-wise, you were good.
My spell list I have a screenshot of.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? Whoops. Make the adjustments you feel are appropriate.
Okay.
This is going to get confusing for me because there's multiple creatures. Alright, we'll see what happens with this. Alright, Bjorn, you have one more action. You did your battle thing.
Yep, now I gotta roll a religion against this creature's will DC.
Okay.
That'll be 31.
It'd be to 19.
So that's critical success. So that'll be 2d6 holy damage on this creature.
So if he's the opposite, if he's unholy, he will take damage. Now, in this case, I'm going to say this creature is not unholy. He's not even undead. So that will have no effect on him. Because I imagine that's how it works, right? When you do holy damage to somebody, it affects unholy creatures. If you do unholy damage to somebody, it affects holy creatures. That's got to be the whole idea there.
I think so.
So
One thing you have to think of, though, in the past, when that was used against the ghouls, it did double damage because they were evil.
That is true as well.
So why wouldn't it do that now?
because there's no more alignment. That's why they did away with it. The only thing they have now is just the unholy and the holy now. That's it. There's no in-betweens anymore.
But aren't ghouls raised dead?
No. These aren't ghouls.
Yeah, these are Morlocks.
Oh, they're Morlocks. Never mind.
The ghouls are undead.
I was thinking ghouls.
That would probably affect them.
Yep.
Maybe, because it's undead. I don't know. I'd have to read up on that. I don't have the remaster. I'd have to look it up online. But this has no effect on them. All right, so next we're going to go to... the door shuts. Let me read the chat here real quick. Somebody said something about it. Let me see.
I want to point out that Sheppy's flaming sphere is an initiative.
Huh?
That was the campfire.
I know. Sheppy is with us in spirit.
Gonna jump out of the shadows.
Good old Sheppy. The door creaks open. There's nothing there, nothing standing at the door. What magic is this? You think to yourself, Bjorn. What does this do? Okay, that makes sense to me. And you see the worm there, his little arms moving back and forth, and his big maw opening and closing slowly as if cheering some kind of words. We're going to go to Karma. You were about getting ready to get a good sleep here, and suddenly you hear the voice of Bjorn in the distance.
Yeah, she stops mid taking off her armor, and she looks to everyone else before hastily grabbing her longsword and bolting for the door.
All right, I'm going to take away one action. This isn't as bad a penalty as you think. One action to put your armor completely, not all your armor, but some of your armor back on. That's what you want to do, right?
Yeah, yes.
All right, so one action, and then you have 2 actions left. Get up and bolt to the door.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so 2 actions is getting up and then bolting. So move 1 stride towards the door.
Just have to remember how to move again.
Mm-hmm. You can use the arrow keys. You can use...
Oh, that's right. You can use the arrow keys. I'm sorry.
No. Diagonal, too, if you want. Every second diagonal counts as 10 feet moved. If you could memorize that, so when you do, you move 1 square at a time. Just remember that every second diagonal counts as 10 feet.
I think that's as far as I can get.
Your movement is 25, so you're going to move. Let's see, not sure how you moved. There's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, you got two more rounds of movement.
Who's
Oh,
this
I can-
guy? No, she's done.
I was gonna
Oh.
say.
She's done. She had to put on some of her armor because she said she took some
okay.
off. And then she stood up. All right, this guy, Bjorn, you're facing off this creature here that you've seen before. Looks somewhat familiar.
The band member.
And he stinks. It's a horrifying smell. Okay. All right, he's gonna rush towards you. 15, 20. Lets out a scream, and he attempts to rake you repeatedly with nasty claws. Nope. Nope. You easily dodge him, even with the bot. Well, I'm gonna say you're not carrying her. She's next to you. I'm gonna say you're not carrying her. She can walk at this stage. Unless you wanted to throw her on your shoulder. That's up to you.
No, if she was able to walk, then yeah, Bjorn would have let her walk.
Okay, Cypher. You see Karma bolt to the door after hearing Bjorn in the hallway outside the door.
Cypher's just thinking of different ways that she could say, "I told you so."
It's funny you said that because I was thinking the same exact thing.
I don't know if Karma has the time to give you both a very dirty look.
As soon as he walks out
I
the
don't
door.
say anything out loud.
Yeah, this was an ambush, plain and simple. They were waiting on somebody.
Alright, just one action to get there. And I am going to open a door. Can I just move out to peek out before I know which direction to go
Mhm.
in?
You can move out. Take a look around.
Okay, so they definitely are to the north. And at the door, knowing there's enemies, she's going to just... I don't even know if they're in the distance. I'm just going to put it here. I didn't mean to do it blindly.
Ooh.
It's going to not reach because of walls, so I might as well.
I see
All right,
what you're
I gotta undo it.
Aw,
There we go.
so good.
with my other action, I'm just gonna open the other door.
Okay.
Is it?
Another face appears from the shadows, Bjorn, you've seen before. Very
Hey, look,
familiar.
You had a date with this creature once, Jess, if I remember rightly.
The
Yeah, I
rat.
remember killing him.
Oops, I gotta fix its hit points. Sorry. Because you didn't quite kill it before, and it's
Badly
been
injured.
a long time, so... Time is of the essence. It also has a condition here. What is this, prone? No, it's not prone anymore. It's not bound either. Okay. The rat has
we let it
returned.
live.
It escaped. You tied it up. And when you went through the arena again, you saw the bodies you slew, but you did not see the rat. It had escaped. It broke its bonds. You haven't seen it since. And it has since recovered. They're looking for you. And they found you. What's this? Okay, that's no good. Okay, let's see what it's got here. Hold on. Begins to wave its hands back and forth. It begins to sway its hips. It looks up to the sky, or the ceiling, and then it turns back towards you, Bjorn, in your direction, and it lets out this scream, this sonic scream, a high-frequency sonic attack. Shatters nearby objects. I guess I gotta put this in the... oh no, here it is. Let me look at your stuff here. It's a loud screeching noise, and as it does that, it rushes up next to you. And it's going to attempt to bite onto your leg.
Get off of my ankle.
Okay, we're going to go to something else here. Both of the Morlocks. There are two of them. Are up next. Now, is she standing next to you now, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. I'm going to move them both first. This one's going to attack. Not with a wooden chair. They're not in the bar anymore. So we're going to try something else here. Not a pewter mug. I guess it could take a pewter mug or a chair with it out on patrol. Attempt to clamp down on you with its jaws, and it misses. It's going to try it again. Please don't tell me I'm not going to hit at all. You guys are just too powerful. See if they get lucky. All right. So, not only did the rat rush forward and try and get around you, it let out a terrible scream like it was singing or something. It tried to bite at you. You easily got out of the way. At the same time, these two Morlocks come up on the other side of you. The one attempts to strike you. The other one attempt to strike the demon. The tiefling. And it failed. So she's safe. She avoided that. We're going to go to Valifor. You hear the sounds of battle. You're the last to react for some reason. What do you do? Let me guess. Both doors are open, so you don't have to waste the action for that. You can just rush out those doors. Jess, you're muted.
Yep, go ahead and move me up. Hearing your battle cries and everybody running. He runs for the door.
Reactions to move.
Yeah.
All right, gotcha.
Also, use a action to grip a weapon or something. At some point, because none of you guys were ready for battle.
Just keep moving me, Kyle.
There's one.
There's two.
Two get you into the hallway, and then
Okay, at this point, take a look at my grasshopper talisman. See how far vertically that makes me move.
You're the horizontally, you mean? The
Yeah.
ceiling is only like 12 feet.
Yeah, horizontally, I mean.
and move 20 feet horizontally.
Okay,
If you
that's
get
all
a
I
full
needed
run.
to know. All right, I'll just spend another action moving as close as I can.
Blink.
Put you right there.
You can
Alright,
see
that's
Bjorn
good for me.
surrounded.
Yeah, but he's just laughing at them.
Okay, you're done. We're going to go to this. Alright, hold on. Don't goof up on me. Wow.
It's goofing up on me.
Just let it go. No, it's round 6, round 5, round 7, round 6.
Round 4,
7.
round 8, round 10. Lordy have mercy.
Come on, stop.
Round 9. Round 10.
All right, wait a minute.
12.
All right, let me kill this. There is a problem here. This happened once before.
Yeah, it did.
What it is there's a module that I have on that I probably should have off, and what it does is when I take a monster and there's duplicates of it in the battle, if I load them all onto the map or onto the initiative tracker and roll initiative for them all, what it does, what it's supposed to do, it's supposed to put all those creatures of the same type under that same die roll. But it doesn't do that. Instead, it treats them as the same monster. They're not supposed to go more than once. But unfortunately, it's got them listed at different initiatives. So whenever I get to them in the initiative tracker, it goes crazy. So what I usually do, what I should do, is turn that module off. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of these creatures that are duplicated. There's more than one. Okay, bear with me here. Make copies of them, and they're the ones I'm going to put in the initiative. I'm not going to put the others in the initiative. So we're going to have to do initiative again. I have no clue what they are, so let me do that. We'll put us all back in there. It's okay, it was like a surprise round. So go ahead and roll your perceptions. And I'll roll for these creatures. Do this again. Little minor problem. Cypher, I'll roll for you.
Yeah, that's weird. I rolled, but I didn't see it in the chat. I got just about the same thing anyways.
And let me make sure I didn't duplicate any of them. No. Put him in there. And I got one more. There. Alright, so let's see. We're gonna... Did Valor 4, he's done. Everybody took a turn except for these creatures back here. And they're done. So yeah, everybody's done. So we'll go right to a brand new round. Let me make it a round 2. And we're going to start off with a new initiative order. Now that everybody's got their brains and wits about them. Valor 4, you get to go right away. Go ahead. Good luck.
All right, I'll change my grip and move up to the crocodile guy and give him a whack.
Go ahead.
Incoming. Hit. Normal.
Roll damage. Crocodile.
That'll be 20 slashing.
Also need you to make a check here before I resolve the damage. Give me a fortitude savings throw. As you get close to this creature, its ungodly stench fills this room.
You want me to hear about that, Jeff?
You pass. It doesn't bother you.
Okay. Never mind.
All right. Did you do your damage? 20?
20 points slash.
Excellent. All right. One more action.
He had to change grip, moved, and attacked.
Okay.
Yep, I'm done.
Karma, you're up.
All right, so I'm leaving the room at least. Let's see.
That's how far Bjorn got before he was ambushed. Terrible.
Yeah, but they couldn't hit me.
I'll tell you what, Kyle, you got a good roll on your stealth. I gave a penalty on their DCs, so it was a little easier. I think you rolled an 11 for your stealth, clanking along. But I gave them a penalty. I gave them a penalty to their DCs because they were in heated conversation. They weren't paying attention at all, so their passive perception DCs were pretty pathetic.
I'm just gonna move on in so that I can see them, and then cast Forbidding Ward on the tiefling girl.
Can you see her?
I can see everybody from here. I can go one more up.
As long as you can see her.
You know, I can't. Oh, I can. There she is. Okay.
One ally and one enemy.
Since there's multiple enemies, I'll do the one that's attacking her.
Which one? Click on it. That one?
Hold on.
Yeah, that one. I see it. Yeah. All right. So do I drag that to the monster too?
I don't know. Do you?
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess. I've never had to say someone specific before. There's always been like
Let me see.
situations where there's one enemy.
Yeah, it affects one enemy and one ally. So I'll put it on the creature, just as a reminder.
I didn't move my full feet. I just want to be right here because I think I need to be closer.
Okay.
Now I can reach her. Okay. And that's it.
I'll remember. Okay, we're gonna go to Bjorn.
You know what I'm about to do, Fritz. Seeing all these creatures kind of pile in on him, he gets rather furious. Valfor, you would be able to notice this directly. Bjorn lets out a rather loud battle cry that deepens. It echoes through the chamber. His voice kind of deepens. You can definitely tell that he's in much of a rage right now. And he looks to the reptilian that's in front of him. You are next. Your tail will make a nice prize.
Gonna demoralize it? Just attack?
No, I'm going to attack it. That's critical hit.
Okay, roll your damage.
That'll be 46 points of slashing damage.
You cut deep into this creature. It screams in agony and falls down temporarily to a knee, struggling to stand up again.
And then we're going to do it again. That's critical hit.
It's got 6 hit points. Describe how you kill this creature. Go ahead and roll your damage.
That'll be
28.
28. As this creature bends down on its knee and as it stands back up, Bjorn just kind of mercilessly decapitates the creature. My reign is eternal. Yours is over.
You guys are too much.
I'm gonna grapple the little rat-looking feller.
Okay.
I'm gonna hero point that. $25.
25 against the rat. You needed a 18. So it is grappled. This means it can't move. Okay. Cypher.
Everyone cleared the room, so I guess it's time to join the party. Actually,
The stench is gone.
Alright, she just comes up just barely towards the edge of this room. Kind of shrugs and begins to vocalize her spell. She casts Phantasmal Killer.
Ugh.
As
Right
Bjorn
on
was
the
kinda,
guy.
like, picking up this one little creature here, just kind of like like holding him to you.
I know, yeah. Hold him still, Bjorn! As I focus my spell on his soul. Alright. And we'll see.
How much is this? Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I can't see this. Where do I put the oh. Okay, so it's gonna be that. I think I got this right.
And what's great is that if it's fleeing, you're holding him.
Exactly.
Nice.
But we don't know what it is yet.
It's a giant cat.
I'm about to punt it if it moves. If it twitches, I'm gonna punt it.
All right. The cipher steps into the room, and she begins to chant melodically, whipping her hands left and right. You can all see in the midst of this combat this shadowy being appear from the wall, close to where the rat is. Bjorn, you see it clearly, and it begins to envelop the creature and weave itself around it. You see fingers, claws, hands, whatever this creature could imagine would be fearful. That's what it sees, and it screams in horror, taking 32 points of mental damage. And it's also very, very frightened. And it begins to cower. No, no, no! It's curling up on the floor. I'm going to make it prone. Since it's also grappled, I'm going to make it prone at this stage. On top of this, it falls to the ground. So, yeah, that was the result of that. He failed the save miserably. But it's still held in place. Okay, you guys are destroying him. Is that it, Cypher? What is that? What's going on here?
Nope. Now I cast my Dirge of Doom. So anything in my aura that's an enemy is frightened 1. And they can't reduce that value like they normally would if they're in my emanation. So just the one guy here and this guy.
Okay, what does it do? Frightened 1?
Yes. And it is a mental trait.
Right, so that guy, this guy, and the rat. See, you gave him a frightened 1 and he's already frightened 2. Do they stack?
I don't think it does, but should his normally go away, he can't get rid of this one as long as he's in my aura. The other one he can normally get rid of.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna go to this guy right here. Let me see. He opened the door. Oh, does he have to check too? That door was open. Let me see. Yeah, it does go into the square, but you can't see it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I can't see if it goes in. I know it goes here, but that's it.
Well, it definitely gets you part of his square. Are they red or anything? Or is it just the symbol? It's the green squares, right?
It's the green squares, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't affect him then. He's just
Yeah,
out of
because
it.
it's also, I'm assuming, line of sight
That's
kind
what it
of
looks like.
emanation. And so, like, this one and this one are exempt because I can't quite get it.
Oh, this one's exempt as well, you say? I didn't see that. Okay.
Yeah. If I move up 5 feet, then that's a different story.
But you didn't.
But I didn't.
All right, let's go to this other creature that was behind the door. Yeah, this isn't going to help. So I think what he's going to do... Let me check his auras here. You guys would have passed that. Now remember next time. He's going to move up close to Bjorn where he can reach you. Or no, he doesn't have to, does he? Even through the door. Let me see what the range of this thing is. No, he's going to have to move up. Alright, so he does so. He moves up to the door where he can get to you, Bjorn. And he attacks you while your back is momentarily turned. You're grabbing onto this creature. So he's got an opening. He's going to attempt to hit you with a long sword on one of its arms. He's going to cut down on you. And you are 26 in armor class, so he misses. He'll try it again. Come on. Nope. He misses as well. You managed to get out of his way. These guys are no chance against you. Guys. Dead. He's going to try and escape. The rat is up next. He's going to try and escape. What is it, your athletics DC? Or what's the DC for this? I can never remember.
It's either it's what put them there in the first place, and he'll be rolling either an athletics or an unarmed attack. So it's the DC of what put him in there.
Well, I
Whether
use
it's
athletics.
thievery or athletics, yep.
Athletics DC. What is your athletics
24.
DC?
24.
You got a good grip on him. He's going to try it again. He's too scared. All he could do is try and escape. Get away from you. Let me go! Let me go! Squeak, squeak! No, he miserably failed. There's nowhere to go. She just cowers there in the corner, screaming. I'm gonna go to this creature here. Okay, we're gonna leave that alone. Coming up behind you, Valafor, you see another one of these slugs. That's about it. It's within your range. Two of them. And we're going to go to this guy right here. All right. The Morlocks are up next. All right, this one's going to attack you, Bjorn, with a wooden chair.
Harangue it.
Yeah, this is the one that's penalized against the female. 9? No, it failed. I'll try and jaw you. I'll try and jaw you once more. Boy, these guys, nothing. My rolls are terrible, too. Just horrible. Now, this one right here isn't under the spell. Forbidding ward. So he's going to attack her. The jaw attack. Let's see how good he is against her. Gonna beat a 21. Not with that. So she's under attack right now by one of the Morlocks. Just raking at her and clamping down with its jaws. You're gonna die! You're gonna die! Villainous demon! Nothing. We're gonna go to round 3, Valifor. Ugh.
Okay, I'm going to power attack the rat.
Oh my. Incoming. That's critical hit.
Critical hit. Roll it up. Power attack critical.
Oh, my specialization is going to kick in too.
Ooh, it
That'll be
doesn't
62
matter.
points.
Doesn't matter. You had 20-some points. You got him with 68. You totally decimated this creature.
The Morlock's going to get hit too with the same roll.
Does it have to be adjacent to the target?
Within my reach.
What is it, Kyle? Does it have to be adjacent to the original target or no?
Says choose one creature adjacent to the initial target and within reach.
It has to be adjacent then. Alright, then I'll just regular attack it.
Oh, yeah.
The motion is like a sweeping attack, though, when I hit it.
Go for it.
Attack on the Morlock.
Yep.
Gotcha. Critical hit.
9. Oh.
Taking heads.
Oh, you guys.
That'll be 40 points of slashing damage.
Describe how you not only slay the held rat, but carry into the Morlock adjacent to Bjorn and destroy him.
With precision, he lines up his axe like a baseball bat. Seeing Bjorn holding the rat and its neck exposed, he hits it right in the jugular and slices right through its head, and its head falls off. And with one motion, he sees the other Morlock right next to him. With the same motion, it hits him in the same spot, decapitating both creatures at once.
And the head rolls to the feet of Cypher and just lands there. This black reddish ichor coming out of its eyes and neck. Karma, you're up. The horror of battle awaits you. The fighters are having a heyday.
Alright, so there's still someone attacking the girl, right?
Yes. There's a Morlock and something beyond the door. She's not doing too bad. She's fending for herself, but she is screaming loud. Definitely going to attract some more creatures.
1, 5, 10, 15, 20.
Silence spell.
Alright, guys. Sorry to end this for you, but I gotta get going.
All right,
You're
Jesse.
good, bud. I got you.
See ya, Jesse.
You going to be
Bye.
back?
Okay.
You going to be
I'll
back?
be back on. Maybe I'll catch you.
All right.
Alright, I'll see you.
We'll probably still be here struggling.
I'm gonna move up
Okay.
and I'm gonna hit the Morlock with my longsword.
Make a... not you, but Kyle, for Valifor, make a... shouldn't be too hard. Make a will save for Valifor.
Roger that.
Critical hit, Karma.
critical for Valor.
All right, you're good. You don't have to make that
Yay.
check again.
Cool. So I'll hit damage.
Yep, critical. Hit the critical button.
Oh, I didn't hit the critical button.
That's okay, double it, so it's 32
Okay.
points. 32 points. Almost, Karma, almost.
Oh, almost. Well, I have one more action. I think I'll hit it again.
All right, 6 is the magic
You go.
number. 6 points of damage will fell this Morlock.
No.
He has eyes for you, Karma.
And the forbidding ward falls off because I decided to use my attack.
Okay. Okay, we'll get rid of that. Blink. You got one of them. Excellent. Bjorn, you're up.
Kind of shrugging the decapitated body of the rat, Carmen. Once you're closer, you can see the transformation in Bjorn. He looks very, very upset. His eyes are glowing green as he turns to the worm. My wrath is unending. And I'm going to attack. That's critical hit.
Yes, it is. Attacking the worm?
That'll be 34 points of slashing damage, and I'm not done yet.
Okay, before you do anything else, make your will save. Oh no, you got a critical success before, didn't you?
On Valafor.
Okay, so you didn't make one? Alright,
Not for Bjorn.
go ahead. Will save. Shouldn't be too bad. So it tries to
Gonna get rid of
fog
that.
your mind.
Same result, so 18.
Ugh. Let me look see. Your mind begins to swim with confusion, Bjorn. You are confused. That's it, you're just confused. Confused. Period. Alright,
Creature takes 34.
34 points. There's a slashing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do it again. As this kind of inner rage kind of has him kind of in its own sway. I'm actually going to use... I never really use it, but might as well. We'll use Exacting Strike on this one.
Hit.
That's a hit. Normal. And that'll be an extra 15 slashing on that. And then... Oh my, should I do it? Should I be that guy that's going to grapple a worm? Yeah,
Like, why not? Do
I
it.
think I'm going to be that guy that's going to grapple a worm. And as he goes to grapple, you will now face my wrath. And Bjorn's voice is deeper. His eyes are glowing a nice bright green. And yeah, you can clearly tell the lights are on, but somebody else may be driving this particular boat. That'll be 27 on the grapple.
Seven.
On the grapple attempt.
Describe. Oh, okay. 27. You needed a 24. So you're successful. You've immobilized him. He is grappled. You have good hold of the worm. As large as it is, you clamp down on him.
That's all I got.
Okay. We're going to go to the next participant. That's going to be Cypher. Just
All right,
hiding
so
down there.
Dirge. I sure am, as usual. I'm gonna cast telekinetic projectile. I'm aiming at this one here, who's not terribly far from me. I'm hoping to find, I don't know, we'll say, I feel like we faced these guys and found some weakness before.
Let me mention something here. Somebody says, Cooperative Waffles says, remastered causes former alignment damage to cause spiritual and holy or unholy. How exactly that works, I'm not sure. It does cause damage. Split between spiritual, most everyone, and holy or unholy, only to the opposite. So if it's something that causes damage to the opposite, it would do the holy versus unholy thing. Otherwise, it's against, if it's spiritual damage, that's everybody. Everybody will take that damage. So I think we did it right. It would only take damage if it was holy versus unholy, which it wasn't. It was a Morlock. But spiritual doesn't say it does spiritual damage. It said, I'm not sure. Your attack described it as an alignment attack. They need to fix that.
Yeah, one that hasn't been fixed yet, so.
Yeah. So it probably would do damage. It would be spiritual. So, but we'll let that go. Archives of Nethys is updated, so we could look that up on Archives of Nethys. Though alignment is removed, tables are allowed to continue using alignment with classes not yet remastered. James says, I'm like this all the time. Okay, sorry, Rachel, go ahead.
No problem. Would I be able to find like a small, blunt, like piece of debris or something left behind to use telekinetic projectile on?
Let's roll the dice. Let's do the consultation with the Oracle. I'm going to say it's a 4 in 6 chance. I'll make this public just for funsies.
Plenty of heads around, too.
4 in 6 chance.
I suppose, yeah, we've got
Yeah.
some limbs. Wouldn't be the first time I've tossed a limb around.
Well, you got a 4, so you could find whatever you want.
All right. Let me. Okay, it's right click.
But please do describe. As this limb pulls off a body.
Gotta be something rather small. Maybe, perhaps one of the smaller peons were holding something.
How about that head
that's
that
like
landed in front of you? Good 20 pounds.
I don't know. For funds, sure. I don't think I could actually lift it with this. But I'm singing and casting this spell, lift up the head, and it's just hurled face first right into the face of the beast. And I guess that was a critical hit.
Critical hit. If you target it, it's critical hit. Poor Grothlet. What happens?
So it's 30 bludgeoning damage. There wasn't like a critical hit button, so there's just roll damage. So that's 30 damage.
Alright. The head slaps into the creature. Whatever that looks like, I don't know. Did some damage. Excellent. Ah! It howls and hisses. And it looks towards you, Cypher. It sees you. It wants you now.
And then I cast Inspire Courage. Although technically I should have cast that first. Just to deal like 2 extra damage or 1 extra damage.
Doodle-doo-doo-doo. She starts singing and dancing in circles. Okay.
Oh, Courageous Anthem. That's what the spell effect's called now.
I like it.
Huh.
It's no longer Inspire Courage.
Huh. So everybody
It's
drag
called
that to your tokens.
Yeah, everybody.
Let me drag that to her. There she goes. She's got a little courage. All right, we're going to go on to the next one. Who is this now? Oh, it's that big worm. The big worm, Kyle, behind you. You see him. It sees you.
I have it in like a 4-point headlock right now. Just
All right, so it's
see.
it's grabbed. It can't move. It could still consume you if it wanted. And it's going to try and do so. It's going to try and clamp down on you with its big maw. These beaky, like, appendages.
That'll be a hit normal.
Normal hit. What's the roll of damage?
And since I took damage, does that mean I get to roll for my confusion?
Hold on, one step at a time. Let me get this damage out of the way. 13 points of piercing. Now, what did you want?
For the confused state, it says whenever I take damage, I can attempt a flat check to remove.
Oh, because of confusion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Failed.
Yep. Not good enough on that one.
All right, in addition, because of this attack on you, make a fortitude save. There's venom. It comes from the creature's belly.
29.
All right, 29. You're successful against that. It's going to try and bite you again, however. I'm going to go through this over again. Another bite. 14. Not with that one. Not much I can do against you powerful level 8 characters. It'll try again. Hope for a nat 20 here. Oh, and it got one.
Got one.
Now that's a failure though, but it becomes a success. So it's going to roll normal damage.
Yep.
Measly 11 points.
I take 11 and then re-roll.
Success.
Yep.
So you're no longer
right there.
confused. Oh, you were confused. I didn't take advantage of that, did I? You just became confused.
Yeah, the previous round.
Also make a fortitude save.
$27.
Okay, you're good. Now, were you confused and I forgot about this? You're flat-footed, don't treat anyone as your ally, and can't use reactions, delay, or ready. All your actions are determined by the GM. Should I have done that?
Well, the only thing I was doing was grappling the creature, so... And I got confusion right after that. So
Right after that?
right before I grappled it, so...
And the grapple
Yeah,
only lasts till when?
Start of my next turn.
All right, so what I'm going to... All right, you're fine then. You're fine. You're confused, but you're still holding on to the creature. As long as you didn't do anything else. We'll move on.
That's all I did. Then, once it attacked me, then I could get the confused off.
She sees her chance. Let me consult the oracle about this real quick. I'm going to say there is a... Three in 6 chance she bolts. 5, she cowers in the corner, doing nothing. The Grothlets are surrounding in a frenzy of claws and maws, attacking Valafor. Will it be to any avail? We shall see. A claw. What's his armor class? 26. We got a 25. Ooh. Let's just zip through these because I don't think I'm going to kill him. 22. And finally, an 18. Let's do it again with this other creature. He's going to attempt a digestive spew on Valafor. Less chance to do this. Ugh, with a natural 1. He's going to claw for his second action. Attack, whatever you want to call it. No. Oh, man, these guys are no chance against you. It's terrible. Yeah. So he's being assaulted from the rear there, just claws and acidic spew, but he's dodging left and right away from these vile creatures. He avoids all damage. We're going to go to something else here. Something called the Enchanted Morlock. Or Enchanting. He's almost dead. He's down here in the corner. He's looking pretty freaked out, Karma. He's right next to you. He takes one look at his previous victim, the tiefling. But he lashes out at you with a scream and a screech. He attempts to clamp down on your chest. No! You lucked out. He does it again.
Uh-oh.
This time the left thigh. What's your armor class? 26? Damn it.
Yes.
He raises both arms in the air. You know what's coming. He's going to attempt to demoralize you with some screeches and screaming. Yeah, you're going to die! I'll kill you! 16 against your will DC. What's your will DC?
26.
26. Critical failure. All right. You just laugh at him, I think. Oh, well. We're going to go to round 4. Valafor is up. Go for it, Kyle.
Yep. Valafor is going to power attack the upper one. And we're going to see what we can drum up here.
Show him how it's done.
Why didn't that work? Oh, hit normal. Okay. That'll be 30 points of slashing damage on the first one.
Okay, it cuts through. Took off a limb. It says it's dead. Wait a minute. Go ahead.
And then he's going to follow that up with a backswing. Hit. Normal. No power attack on that one. For another 27.
Oh, man, it's doing this again. 27, that is... Yeah, that's... You're going to destroy that one. And it's going to explode with acidic disgust. One sec, let me fix the other one. I killed him by mistake. So he's okay. So everybody in this chamber, you're going to make a save throw as this creature explodes in acid. Otherwise known as a disgusting demise. Give me a Fortitude save, DC 19. Not too bad. You fought these creatures many times. You know what to expect. 22 from Karma. 35 from Val. $18. Ouch.
I'm assuming I'm in range.
You are. It's 30 feet. Bjorn, do you want to hero point
Yeah.
that?
I will. My last one for the night, guys.
23. You're safe.
Yes, I should reroll mine too.
Oh, are you kidding me?
They're damaging themselves.
Yeah, because he's not immune to that. Plus, I got to roll for the Morlock. The worm just got damaged by some acid. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But, everybody else passed. Two D6 and sickened 1. My screen is all messed up here. Oh man, it's crazy. So let's do 2D6. Okay, 6 points acid damage. I don't think he's immune to acid. I'll double check that. And he's sickened 1. I'll have to double check this too. Oh, Morlock passed. He's good. Mental and poison. Alright, so yeah, he would be subjected to that. So, that was the explosion. What's your next move?
That was it. Valor power attacked and then did a regular attack to finish it off.
Okay, so you're done.
That's all I got.
Okay. Karma, you're up.
Well, I did not appreciate the vulgarities that was spewed in my direction from this Morgoth? What's it called?
Morlock.
Morlock. I'm gonna hit him with my sword. Hit for 22.
Normal damage. I am watching the chat, by the way. I can't pay total attention to it, but
9 damage.
I will look at it. 9 damage. Who's this on? Morlock?
The Morlock, yes.
Describe how you fell this pasty creature with giant eyes.
I reach out and grab him at the collar, push him back into the wall,
Splat.
and pull my sword back. Skewer his head right on the sword through the wall.
You're brutal. Damn. Skewering
All in the
tonight.
name of Ayamoto.
Yes, I can hear the sounds of scurrying. Skewering. Sorry. Okay. Do a little hustle there. You good? You good?
I'm all set. Yeah, I'm not doing anything else. Oh, well, I don't think I can. I have. Oh no, I have 2 actions, don't I?
Yes, you do.
That's easy enough. I will cast Forbidding Ward on Valifor and the unharmed creature at his diagonal.
That would be this one.
That's correct.
All right. Excellent. Well played. Cypher, you're up. Decisions. You're back there singing and dancing at the moment, inspiring everyone as you always do.
Yes, and I will continue that inspiration.
You will. Right off the bat, everybody's inspired. Bjorn,
I guess we have.
this creature's no longer grabbed.
Well, no, I haven't went yet.
You're right. Did I skip you?
Yes, you did.
All right, we'll get to you in a second.
It's okay. Like
You're good, Carl.
it's
You're good.
it's a bit weird because a lot of things that are alive are dead, and things that are dead say they're alive.
Yes. So
It's
you're good, Cypher. It's all good.
no. Just you technically will still have the courageous anthem, and while you have this attack, then it will go away, and then when it's my turn after you, you will have it again. So I just don't want you to forget that you technically have that. But
Yeah.
it go ahead and take your turn.
No, you started taking your turn, and I ain't cutting in front of you. You go ahead.
What? It was one spell. No,
I don't care if it
nah.
was 3 spells. You go ahead and take your turn, Missy.
I'm
ahead.
gonna
Come
follow
on.
the rules and take my turn in order.
No, I'm a proper gentleman. You go right ahead. You already started. I'm not interrupting you. You go right ahead.
We can keep fighting like this,
I
but
will
no matter
absolutely
what,
cut
I'll
you
still
all
be
good.
leaving at 10:30. So
All right, so I'm going to
Just
knock
take
off
your
an
turn.
action here. I'm going to knock off an action from each of you. So Bjorn,
Dang it,
take your
Kyle,
turn.
Just take your turn.
Take your action, Kyle.
Okay, well, free action. I will release the grapple on the creature. And yeah, I'm gonna give him 1. So
I don't mean to interrupt, but is Kyle still confused?
no, I made a check. Pass that. That's critical hit.
Cool. I
Critical
totally didn't see that. My bad.
That's a 40, guys. That's a 40. That'll be 34 points of slashing damage.
All right, describe how you finish this creature off. It says he has 0 wounds already, but I don't think that's right. But he didn't have enough to survive that.
Bjorn kind of releases the grapple. These holes are mine. And he pivots up and drives his longsword through the creature's head and gives it a nice yank and then pulls it free, decapitates it. And in the same vein, kind of in that same movement, I kind of like to throw the head at the Grothwood.
You and the heads.
For my last action, I kind of like to chuck.
The decapitators. If you have an action, I'll let you grab the head and wing it.
That was my first action, so yes, I have an action.
All right, so you grab the head, rip it and tear it completely off the body and wing it towards this creature.
Yep, that one.
All right, go ahead and make a ranged attack.
How did we say to do that again?
Any ranged weapon you got there, just roll it. This is totally off the hoofa.
That'll be 32.
That's going to be a hit. Let me see if it's critical. It's going to be critical. All right, so that's a critical hit. Roll damage, bludgeoning.
Yeah, that'll be 17 points bludgeoning damage.
All right, so you nailed this creature. Oof. He's still
You are next.
He's still coming at Valifor in a frenzy, though, this mindless creature. They don't seem to think very much. No strategy. All right, Cypher, did you have another action or two?
Yeah, I had 2 more actions. So go ahead and add that courageous anthem, everybody, if you have not done so already. And then I'll be casting telekinetic projectile again. You know, I'm gonna use the same head.
It's pretty big.
That's
Pick it up and flatten him.
it was quite impressive, that last attack, so. Alright.
25 is a hit. 18
This time.
points.
18. Not too bad for a cantrip.
Oh, I have to look at something here. Okay, 18 points it is. Splat! You guys just destroying this thing. This one here is dead, by the way. Okay.
Okay.
You done?
And that's it. Yeah.
Alright, let's see if we can get through this. He's dead. He's dead. She's cowering. Now that things are kind of calming down, she kind of slinks down with her back against the wall near the door. Her name is on the token, by the way. Of course, you guys don't know that. Never asked her name.
Never asked her name, but I also can't see the token. Like, I can see the token, but I can't see her name on the token.
Yeah, maybe you guys can't see it, and only I can see it. It's a settings thing. I can see it. Okay, it's time for the Grothliths. There's only one. He's certainly not going to run away. He's going to continue going into loft, or I was going to say lofter. No, it's not lofter. What's his armor class?
26.
Nope. Nope. Shameful. Nope, not with a 7. Alright, he's done. We're going to go to the Morlock that is dead. So we're going to get rid of him. And we're going to go to the next final round. Round 5, Valifor. Here we go.
Power attack. Overkill, but what the hell. Hit.
24.
Normal. This will be 3d12s worth of damage.
With his great axe of striking.
Yep, which will be 21 points of slashing damage.
Describe how you fell this creature after it explodes. Hold on. Make your fortitude save. Everybody. Everybody. The DC for this, since you fought it many times, this is going to be a 21. No, sorry, 19. Ooh, we got 2 fails in there.
Yep, no hero points left to revive it.
Cypher, you taking that?
No, I had
Oh,
one
you gotta
final
reroll.
hero point, so I re-rolled.
Bjorn, you failed the roll. You're the other one. You're going to take 2d6 acid damage. You're going to take, forget the second roll. You're going to take 5. Ignore the second roll. Oops, 5. In addition, you're sickened 1, which will go away at the end of the combat. You don't have to worry about that, but I'll put it on you just for funsies. And let's roll hers. If I could find it. It's fortitude save, right? I wonder why it's fortitude instead of reflex. It just explodes and goes all over.
Maybe it's more like a poison.
Yeah, there you go. So it just covers everybody, and it's a matter of, can you resist it? 11 points. And she's also sickened.
Was that an attack? I have something that might negate some of that damage to her.
It's not an attack. There's no attack roll. Everything within a radius just immediately takes that damage.
Gotcha, okay.
I'm pretty certain I could fix it with a quick 10 minutes.
Yeah, that would definitely do it. All right, so that creature is felled, explodes in a horrifying mess of acid, covering everybody once again in this corrosive material. And shortly thereafter, with all the mist and steam coming up all around you, silence once again returns to the companions.
All right, now that things have calmed down, Karma's going to quickly do an assessment, and I'm going to roll for first aid for everybody.
Sinemi, as she goes by, is cowering there in the corner, holding her face, crying. What is this? What is happening?
Yeah, Bjorn is still seething.
Advanced first aid. Who's this on?
It's going to be on... If I go right here, it'll be on Tsunami, Bjorn, and Valifor. Cypher's too far away.
That's okay. I'm good.
Okay, you can take away your sickened conditions. You can only remove one condition at a time. The DC for the medicine check is just... How are you going to do all three one after the other?
Oh, no. I have this.
Oh, you have something else. And what are you trained? Expert? Master?
I believe I'm master, but let me double check.
You can treat up to 4 with master. All within 10 minutes? Oof.
I am a master in medicine.
Wow. All right, you can do that. So 10 minutes goes by as you begin rushing to every one of your companions, wrapping up their wounds and their cuts, wiping off the acid off their bodies. Quite good at it. Quite efficient.
A little bit low. That's 17 to that small group.
And take away your sickened. So everybody's good with that. Blink, get rid of hers. Yes, I forwarded the time. So let's get rid of these creatures, and then we'll call it here in a second, because I know Rachel's getting tired. You can always tell. She starts mumbling.
Hey.
Nah. Let me get rid of these. You guys can gather yourselves together here in this chamber. Say what you got to say. I'm sure there's some words to be shared here, like Kyle. Bjorn, what the hell are you doing?
Hey, if it were up to me, her ass would be back in the safe room, but...
But it's up to Bjorn. And Bjorn has honor in his veins. He's going to escort her safely back to the surface.
Yes, and right now he is rather seething. His eyes are still green.
Whoa there. Calm down, buddy. Fight's over. Take a deep breath.
Filthy, disgusting, despicable creatures. There are no more of them to be fought here.
You have a job to do, remember. Gotta keep a level head.
Oh, I leveled a few heads in that particular fight. It is good to see you, Carmen.
You had enough time to try to leave before they came back. It was a smart idea, and you should still follow through with your idea. Despite them being here now, you were doing the right thing.
Bjorn's demeanor finally changes as his eyes turn back into this bright, vibrant, bluish hue, and kind of calms down. They were laying an ambush for us here. Walked right in there on them. They couldn't touch me initially.
Seems like things have quieted down. I can't imagine there must be more ambushes to surprise you with.
I don't know. Perhaps she should remain in the safe room until such time as we all can leave.
So, the companions once again get into a debate here as Bjorn tried unsuccessfully to take his charge, this tiefling named Sinemi, who's all but useless to the party, but injured, suffering, used by the demons below to their ends. The honorable thing would be to escort her back to the surface and let her go, which is what she wanted. She was of no use to the group. But unfortunately, Bjorn was ambushed. But his friends were close by to help him out, and help him out they did. I wouldn't say it was a close fight. The denizens on these upper levels are, for the most part, not a big concern, even for one companion. Perhaps he could have done them in by himself, who's to say? But whatever. I'm sure the companions as a whole are not happy with these deceitful moves and secretive stuff going on behind their backs. Dishonorable? I don't know. Only Ayamode could be the judge of that. It's a tough situation to be in, Bjorn. Karma. But you're safe. Would you like to head back to the safe room for now, since it is only a little ways to the south and around the corner, and discuss things further?
For now.
Go ahead and move your tokens to the safe room then. Cypher, I got you. I'll pull you in there. Shunga.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. And what we'll do is we'll let Rachel jump out now because it's past her bedtime, and we all know that. So, Rachel, thanks for playing. If you want to do a little outro, give us one. What do you got? What do you think of tonight's game? Did you enjoy that?
Well, thanks for having me here, and thanks for hosting.
You bet.
What a predicament.
It's great.
It's funny how you get into those struggles of, like, you know, me as a person. I like always play the character that's like let's help everybody as best as we can, and I'm like, wait, Cypher wouldn't care. No, let's just keep going. This person's chosen to be here. Let them carry out their own will. If, you know, may the gods have mercy on their soul. and then let's move on. It was interesting to try to play it like that, and I'm just like imagining like the frustration that Althea would have in a situation like this, because there have been similar, not exact, but similar situations, mostly with Dane and Althea.
Yeah. This is weird.
What do
me.
you
like,
mean you're gonna do this? No.
Yeah, this is a weird one for me because normally I don't, volunteer for the search party, and that was normally Althea's thing. Like, you should, spare people and show mercy, and Dane was just like, nah, if it's in front of me, I'm gonna kill it. And yeah, so that was different for me, but a lot of fun though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That was good. We had some role play. I like that little contrast there, that little dilemma that you guys had to role play with. Consequences.
And I like how Jesse was like, all right, who can I level with? And I'm like, man, I wish I was like so much more quick-witted as Cypher. Because, just like me as a person, I'm like, I don't want to do it this way, but I have to. I always feel like there's a way around things. I just couldn't think of it, so I'm a little upset with myself on that part. I'm like, usually there's like a trick up our sleeves. We can do something, and as much as I wanted to follow his, his plan, I also knew that it would create so much tension between the 4 characters, like so much, if we were that deceitful about somebody's life. Like there's a life at stake, and just lying, and then especially if they found them dead later or something bad had happened, then just that would be so devastating to the team. Trust and all of that. So I was like, Cypher wouldn't. She would want to, but she wouldn't.
Fantastic. Give yourself a hero point, Rachel. Awesome.
Oh, thanks.
Awesome.
Anyways,
awesome.
thank you again for having me, and good luck next week, guys. Hopefully we end up getting to those pixies.
We're gonna get to those pixies.
Or you can, just carry this one out, like Karma was saying, and just do it. Just get it over with. Just do it. And then, who knows what else you'll run into next week. And then, I'll expect no pixies, but if there are pixies, that'd be awesome. And I shall join the fight.
Bunch of broken companions. That's what you'll come back to. Just broken, singed,
Oh my gosh.
limbless. Terrible. All right.
Lofter just went on a killing spree. What happened to the companions?
You all got new characters.
Oh no. They all fell into the lava. Oh, well.
So much for sleeping with the fishes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Have a good night, guys. And I'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right.
Good night.
Bye.
Lovely playing with you.
Toodaloo.
Good, I love playing with Cypher.
Yeah, that was a good game. What'd you think, Kyle? What are your thoughts on this game session?
Well, it's walking that moral line, and this one hits Bjorn a bit harder than the first time of just kind of letting her go, and hey, there's your water, go, die somewhere if you're going to. This one's kind of a bit different because she's talking, and that's kind of happened to make Bjorn kind of think a bit more about what he's doing because she is talking. So, yeah, that's a whole new dilemma there. And, like I said, if it were up to me, I'd just hog tie her in the safe room and leave her there while we kept pressing on. But Bjorn ain't me.
It's not you. It's your choice. You chose Ayamode, and it's all about honor. And Bjorn would never do that.
No.
Especially with Karma there, who's also a follower and believes perhaps even more strong regarding this. She's more experienced. She's a dedicated cleric to Ayamode. You're just learning the ropes. But I think you played that well. I think you did the right thing. And hey, who's Ayamode? I am.
So I think for round 2, I'm definitely going to be, yeah. This has got to have a round 2. She got to get out of here. Yeah. Be it as it may, like it's not like I can paint her a map and say, "Hey, good luck." Either that's not good enough here either. So it is what it is. I mean, I didn't want it to revolve around just me. Um, kind of doing that thing, but at the same time, Bjorn didn't want to put them at risk because in his mind, there's a fighter, there's a cleric, there's a bard right there. If anybody attacks them, they're safe. Whereas anybody attacks me, I can always jump into a room somewhere and move around. So
Next time you'll think twice about taking Ayamode.
yeah, I will.
Of course,
Yeah,
you got to
yeah.
remember, you're a cleric. You're not a champion, and I think champions go a little step above even what clerics do. Maybe that's my thought initially, anyway. They would be even more of a staunch follower. I could see that, but still, it's something you have to take into account. This honor thing is a big deal for followers and servants of Ayamode, and that's what you picked. So you'll have to play with that. And I think you did it right. It helps create tension, like Rachel thought. That role playing, those kind of dilemmas. You want that. That's good stuff. And it's fun. So I think you did a good job with that. I was going to give you an extra hero point. I forgot, though. I was going to give you a hero point for doing that. Because you did.
Yeah, and then kind of while they were over there kind of chit-chatting
Yeah.
on the plan, it's just like, yeah, Bjorn just collects this girl and just walks out.
You got an 11. You still got success on it.
Yeah.
Oh, but what I did is I made the DC easier to pass because they were in conversation, totally engrossed in this almost argument between themselves about what to do. So it was a little easier to do it. So you picked your moment perfectly.
Yeah. But at the same time, like I like role playing out, stuff like that. But at
Yep.
the same time, I hate it out of character.
Mhm.
And I kind of have that in my subconscious. If I role play it this way, is somebody going to get mad at me out of character?
Don't worry. You're playing your character. You're not you. You know that. Don't ever let that upset you. You're playing someone else. You're not playing you. Don't think that way. This is someone else. That's the way it should be. Yeah, it has elements of you in there, but it's not you. Don't ever let that get to you.
ain't me.
Play your character. Anyway, let's move on
Is
to
everything
karma.
okay?
Oh, everything's
going on?
fine. Me and Kyle, we're gonna have fist fights. I'm telling you, front lawn. Rachel don't know it. Kyle's great. I'm not fighting with him. We're just having a good conversation here about that dilemma that everybody faced. Which you're gonna have
Yeah.
with a game like this. I think this will be really interesting to see how it plays out now that alignment is no more, and everybody can freely pick their anathemas and edicts, and clerics and champions have to. But that pretty
I
much
wonder how
means
they're going to do that.
that pretty much means you could kind of define for yourself, Jesse, for your character, what your edicts and anathemas are, the good
Yeah.
and the bad. What do you pursue in life? What is, that could be really interesting. Yeah. Karma, what do you think?
I think we should take Tsunami and we should give her some weapons and pat her on the back. That's what I
Tsunami.
think. Isn't that her name, Tsunami?
Tsunami. That works. Tsunami.
Yeah, she's going to get us killed if we keep trying to protect her.
Yeah, slay her now. Cut her throat.
Throw her in the bag.
Terrible. Tie her up, throw her in. Should be an experiment. Did you have fun, Karma? Karma, you there? Can't hear you, Karma. Karma.
Hello.
Yeah.
So I had to-
Long as you had
Can
fun.
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yes. I was talking and I had my push to talk down and nobody heard me again. But that's okay.
you. Earlier in the session, you might remember I asked you, so what do you like most about Pathfinder? Because I knew the direction this was going to go.
Right,
I,
right.
I have a good way of hiding those things. I mean, you guys are making plans. You're going to go this way. I'm playing along with it. Then all of a sudden, when we get to plan, it's totally different. The whole situation's totally different. I do that all the
Definitely.
time. But I was curious how you would fare in this because I kind of get the idea that you are more of a, maybe not a power gamer, but you'd like to crunch the numbers. You like that. You like the
Yeah.
combat and the tactics.
Yes,
And
definitely. But I like the RP too, and it was really fun, really digging into Karma's like moral code and standing strong for what you believed in. You know, what was honorable, the right thing to do in the light of Ayamode and stuff.
yeah, learning more about your character. See, this right here is an example of why it's better to leave your backstory open-ended. Don't answer every question about it. Be bare bones it, because that gives you the freedom to be creative as you play the game and learn about your character as you're playing. Like,
Yes,
what would you
absolutely.
do? And that's
Yeah, like
exactly
that.
what this was.
Yeah, like that bit about Bjorn's army service. I just made that up on the fly because I
Yeah.
was like, how can I relate this to why Bjorn feels so strongly outside of a faith element? And then yeah, just left that one on the fly there.
Excellent. Excellent. I enjoyed it. How about you, Jesse?
Yeah, it was fun.
That's it? Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I like this.
Huh?
I like the. I mean, you know me. I'm a power gamer through and through, but I do have fun role playing too. So
I think you have more fun playing oddball characters, specifically Sheppy. Valifor, I think, is a challenge for you to have fun with because of on the role playing side. He's combat. You love
he
that.
is.
But I
Yep.
think if he had some fun, quirky personality that you worked on, and he's kind of had a silly voice or big feet or something, I think you'd have just as much fun playing him as you would Sheppy.
Yeah, I'm trying.
The role playing, anyway. He's a challenge, but I think he's kind of got.
Like you said, I'm trying to figure him out still.
I think he's this I think he's getting a personality. He's getting that impetuous stuff, threatening, let's get a move on. He's got the party in trouble a couple times now like that. So it's kind of becoming his quirk.
Yep, he's getting there.
It was good fun, folks. Thanks for watching. I see that in there. Cooperative Waffles laying down the law when it comes to the rules of Pathfinder. And, of course, Lofter, who also plays in this game. I call him Lofter. That's his character's name. Ryan is who I actually mean. But, yeah, Ryan, hope you could jump in here before the campaign ends. They're all level 8. Hey, there's only a few more levels and we're done with this. But, yeah, I hope you can play with us. I got some one-shots planned and some other things coming too, so you can get in on them. They'll be at different nights. But anyway, folks, Max, everybody else that joined, hope you enjoyed. I guess I was public today, I don't know. But thanks for watching, and we're going to be back next week with another exciting episode, minus Rachel, sadly. And yeah, hope to see you guys again soon. So, folks, hang in there. You know why. It's only going to get better. We'll see you soon.